Let's go ahead and get started. I just do want to mention one thing as we're getting started here. Special shout out to Axis, who's been doing write-ups for last year's games of Civ4 AI Survivor. He has written, I think, like 3 or 4 of them now, and I've been putting them on the website. So if you want, or if you just really enjoy this and you want to go back and look at how the things worked last year, Axis has been doing some of the write-ups for them, and they're quite good. So seriously, major props. Just wanted to give a shout out here to the start of this broadcast. Okay, so this is Civ4 AI Survivor, Season 3, Game 4. This is one of our games with 7 AIs as opposed to 6 AIs. I'll just go around real quick and show first the zoomed out map. So we've got another one of these kind of circular blobby Pangea maps, and the AIs are mostly around the outsides, which is generally the fairest way for us to do these things. And let's just look real quickly at our individual AIs. So we'll zoom in, just kind of go clockwise around. So here we have FDR, Franklin Roosevelt, up here in the northwest corner. We have Justinian here in the north, who's one of the favorites for this game. A lot of people picked him, either for first or second. I think like almost half the entries have him for either first or second. In particular, I think people like he has this tundra backline to rely on. Here in the northeast, we have Montezuma, one of the game's most insane AIs, arguably the game's craziest AI, because not only does he declare war nonstop, he also is obsessed with religion too. So he's here, and he actually has a very nice starting position, but we'll see how he manages to screw it up this year. In the east, we have Louis the 14th of France. Louis is one of the game's weirder AIs because he's quite aggressive. He's like well above average in aggression, but he also loves to build wonders. He has like maxed out wonder build preferences. So he likes to spend all this time building wonders, but he also likes to declare war a lot. And it's not really a winning combination. Here in the yellow, we have Saladin. He normally has green, of course, but we've switched him to yellow to make him more distinguishable from the Aztecs. Basically, you can think of this as like Egyptian Saladin, which kind of makes sense. And so he's also a very religious AI, but he's not as insane about it as Montezuma. Here we have Darius, one of the game's best peaceful AIs. He has like insanely good financial organized traits, but his AI has generally been disappointing in the past. He does also have, he's got some nice resources at his start. Like he's got the ivory and he's got the double corn, although they are dry corn resources. So we'll see what he manages to do. And then here in the sort of the western part of the continent, we have Catherine, who is our biggest favorite to win. I think almost half the people who have entries have her winning the game. Her start's not as great, but she's just a really strong AI. Yeah, the Ayyubid Sultanate. Kathy's just a really strong AI personality, one of the most distinctive AIs in the game. She's very good at expansion. She's very willing to declare war. She is the only AI in the game who will declare war at friendly relations. Yes, even if you're friendly, she won't plot war herself, but she can be brought into a war even if she's friendly with someone else. So very unusual AI. She also has this special penalty where you get a -2 with her every time that you refuse one of her demands. So like little side bet contest, how low will the relationship of the observer Civ get with Kathy by the end of the game? Because we start at 100. How low will that get by the end of the game from us refusing her demands? I bet it'll be down around 85 or something like that. All right, so let's get started. So what we want to watch is who's going for religions, and also who's going to settle where, because they all get 2 settlers, -78. Who's going to end up? So let's see. So Monty's going for religion, no surprise. Saladin's also going for religion, and Justinian, who's also a major religious AI, are going for a religion. So Saladin will definitely get one. We'll see if either Monty or Justinian gets the other one. Likely all 3 will end up with a religion, because whoever doesn't get this initial religion will probably go for the monotheism religion. So I expect all 3 of them will get religions. All right, so let's watch. Wherever you see the archer is where these civs are sending their settler. So Kathy's going southeast down the river. Darius is going southwest. Saladin's going northeast. Louis is doing something. And Justinian's also going in a logical direction. So let's see, we've already got one city planted. Justinian's first. He went for the gold resource. I like this spot. So now he's got double gold resources. He's also got a lot of floodplains. It's a little food low. He's going to have to farm those floodplains. And he's got these gems later on down the road too. Oh yeah, and we also have Roosevelt going for a religion, although he doesn't start with religious tech, and Louis as well. Much more dubious choices for Roosevelt and Louis. Kind of weird. So I like that spot. Let's see where everybody else goes. So we have a spot from Darius. a lot of food, but not much else down here. And Monty goes for the dreaded Plains Cal start. This is not an especially great city, but whatever. His capital's quite good. Maybe he can split off the gold tile and share it or something. Let's see. So Roosevelt's going east. That probably makes the most sense. He's not putting a stupid spot over here. And Saladin's going towards the center. And Louis going towards the center too. All right. So let's see. Louis planted this turn. He's got a banana double spice. If he farms the banana, that's not that bad for earlier in the game. It is a little bit odd for Roosevelt to go for religion. He doesn't have a special religious focus. Let's see, meditation. Oh, it looks like Roosevelt popped mysticism from a hut, because now he's on meditation. A lot of competition for meditation, but it looks like Justinian's going to win the race, at least as of right now. So we're still waiting on Saladin. Oh, wow, he's going pretty far over towards Darius here. All right, so he's founded in this wine and spices region, and coal, but he can't see the coal yet. Also, Kathy is still wandering. I wonder what she's doing. I thought she would head down here, but she's the last to plant the city. That's not a great sign for her. Louis not grabbing stone is a blessing in disguise. It probably is. The AI is more willing to build wonders when they have the relevant resource. Okay, so she goes for this spot. Not quite sure why. Oh, okay. She probably was pulled over here by the incense, because the AI treats all resources the same, even when it makes no sense. And she farmed the pig's resource, which is a little weird, but not the worst decision. Remember, she can't see the copper yet, because she doesn't have bronze working. So it's a little bit odd, but who knows. Let's see what they're all building right now. So, as usual, the AI is building settlers in a lot of its cities. Justinian's the furthest along. So right now, let's just sit and watch the religious race. It looks like Justinian's going to found a religion first and get it in Thessalonica. It is too late to vote now. My apologies. All right, so once we start the game, it is too late to vote. Even when it makes no incense. All right, so first religion falls, Justinian claims it, and we'll see who goes for what now. So now everybody goes for polytheism. Monty is switched from meditation to polytheism, but it looks like Saladin's going to claim this one. And that's going to make his aggressive plant here work pretty well, because he's going to get a religion in this city, and then it'll pop its borders everywhere. Ooh, Kathy adopts slavery. She must have popped bronze working from a hut. That's kind of nice too. Like definitely did not research bronze working. She must have popped it from a hut, so that will get her to connect that that copper resource faster, and that will definitely help her. And she's also going to revolt to slavery. So anyway, there's Islam getting founded by Saladin, to no one's surprise, right there in Medina. So that's going to put a lot of cultural pressure on Darius here. Yeah, that's one reason why creative civs often tend to do well. Like this city right here is a pretty dumb city, but with creative, it pops the border, and all of a sudden it's got a 5 food tile, and it's not a bad city at that point. Oasis plus the corn plus the hill tiles. Yeah, it becomes a pretty solid city. I'm curious if she mines that copper, because that's what she should do. But let's not focus only on Kathy. Up here, Roosevelt has farmed one of these tiles, and he's connected his ivory, so that's a good sign from him. Just like that, Kathy becomes a score leader, because bronze working's worth a good bit. Up here, this is not what Justinian should be doing. He's farming a floodplains. I guess he did farm his corn, though, so that's a good sign. And he doesn't have mining yet, so he can't connect his gold resources just yet. So it looks like the religious race has backed off for the moment. A lot of animal husbandry, pottery, mining. And let's see, Louis, he's farmed his corn. Now he's farming his bananas. That probably is the smartest thing for him to do over here. Let's see, Saladin, what is he doing? He's building roads. That's not smart. At least he connected his wheat. And Darius, he farmed both of his corn tiles. That's smart. And he connected his ivory. So he's doing a good job so far. What's he researching? Animal husbandry. That's logical. All right, so Kathy replaced her farm with a pig's pasture. Needs to get more workers out. See, like, this is the biggest dumb thing the AI does. Like, this is getting away from this game. Yeah, we can change the music again. We can change it once we... That's not a bad idea, right? Like, try to change the music periodically to match, like, the furthest AI. I like that idea. Just make sure to remind me or I'll forget about it. This is noteworthy, though. Justinian's already got a settler ready, so he went for an early settler there. But to get back to my bigger point, one of the dumbest things the AI does is they don't build enough workers in the early game. Like, they should be building more workers. All these, we're 14 turns in, they all only have one worker for 2 cities, and it's just not very smart. So let's track where Justinian sends his settler, right? So he's the first one to get out a settler. It helps being imperialistic. So he's imperialistic, Cathy's imperialistic, and I think that's it as far as imperialistic civs in this game. We've seen that trait tend to do pretty well in past games. All right, so Cathy is going to mine. Yeah, so like this will help Cathy a lot. Imperialistic civs in particular really want to get a lot of production early on, so it'll synergize with their bonus that they get to settler production. So Justinian's got a settler out. Looks like he's heading it southwest. He'll probably claim this resource cluster here. And who else is working on settlers? There's another, I think, Monty has one that's almost done too, and Louis. So these guys are making progress too. So Louis now has his settler done. Monty is about to finish his settler. Monty really does have an amazing starting position. Like, this is just, he's got double food resources. He's got the double ivory, the horse, the gold. I mean, I'm sure he's going to find a way to mess this up because it's Monty, but like, he has done a nice job. He has rolled himself a good starting position. All right, so Justinian, I was thinking he might plant right there. Has he secured horses yet for his all-important cataphracts? No, but he will. He's definitely going to grab that horse. All right, so dry rice, double wines, not great, but he claims land, and that's always a good thing. Cathy, all right, so she just finished her settler too. Finished that quite quickly once she got the copper connected. And she's working on, I do not understand this road. AI is pretty dumb sometimes. So let's zoom out and put it on domestic. So wherever you see an archer, that is where a settler has been produced, or a worker. Can also be a worker. Monty is going towards Justinian with his 3rd city, or so it appears. Oh, wouldn't that be something if Monty stole his horses? That would be something. And no one has quite gone for the 3rd religion yet. Yeah, look at this. He's definitely going to go for this. He's going to go for probably the horses, cow, corn. Maybe plant on that exact spot right there. Where's Louis sending his settler, just out of curiosity? Louis, not the smartest decision, going into the corner down here. So Monty did plant on that tile, and I anticipate some kind of religious conflict between Monty and Justinian down the road. Something just tells me they're going to be in conflict with one another. Yeah, Theodora was in Civ4 Conquest. She was like seafaring, I think it was seafaring and religious in Civ4. Well, anyway, up here, one thing I missed is Roosevelt got a 3rd city out as well. Apparently it's been here for 2 turns. That's not a bad spot. It doesn't claim a lot of land, though. And Cathy has already started the aggressive land grabbing by going for this spot. This would be a lousy spot, except the wet wheat tile makes it worth having, because that's a 5 food, 1 production tile, and then you can like cottage around it. You only really need 1 food resource to have a good city. Yeah, Holy City Holy City's gonna press on Monty as well. So I expect conflict up here, to say the least. I also expect someone is going to go for the 3rd religion pretty soon. It might even be Cathy, because she's going for masonry. That would be interesting if she got her own religion. And the copper lets her build early axes, which will help her power rating, which the AI cares a lot about. How about Darius? Does he have a settler out? Or is he doing the typical Darius I suck thing? Nope, Darius does not have another settler out. He's got one in production, but already falling a little bit far behind. There is one out here from Saladin, though, so we'll watch where this one's going. Civ4 is a Civ4 AI survivor. It might be tougher because Civ4 doesn't have the same kind of debug tools that Civ4 does, but maybe. There's probably a mod that could do it. So anyway, here's Louis' 3rd city down here in the corner. It's not a bad city, it's just from a strategic standpoint it's not good. And Louis is also going to be dealing with this barb city now. 4 barb archers on a hill will take a while before they get removed. Alright, so here's Saladin's 3rd city. This is a pretty weak city, although it does claim ivory. It doesn't really have much in the way of food. He needs to farm the floodplains for it to do anything. So Darius, One reason why I have him picked first to die, just for me personally, is he's so bad at... he's just, I don't know, he's kind of a screw-up AI. He has like these great traits, and then he doesn't use them. So not a lot of settlers being built right now between the different civs. So we'll watch where Darius sends this one, because it appears to be the only one on the map at the moment. And Justinian takes the early score lead. Kind of interesting. He's probably from his orders, but we'll see. Alright, so where did he move that settler? It is still sitting in the city. He has not moved it. Not the smartest decision. And, alright, Kathy does appear to be going for a religion, because she's on polytheism, and she researched masonry. We can actually check that if we want. Yep, so she's already queued up monotheism. We'll see if anyone else is headed there too. Roosevelt might be as well, because he's on masonry. He's on masonry. No, he is not, because he doesn't have polytheism. No one building Stonehenge? Yeah, let's see if anyone's building Stonehenge or the Great Wall. Not yet. Not yet. Louis has a settler in production now. And Kathy, but again, look at the imperialistic trait. 5 turns. One of the reasons why imperialistic creative, which is Kathy's trait pairing, it tends to work really well for Civ4 AI Survivor, because the bigger the AIs, the better they do. And like creative plus cheap settlers just inherently means you're going to get a lot of land, which then helps them because they end up, you know, in a stronger position from there. So where's that settler from there? All right, here it is, up here. Looks like he's heading into the jungle. Here it is. He's probably going to settle on this tile. Probably on this tile. Nope, he settled on where he was standing. Okay, so Darius is the last of 3 cities. But he does have another settler in production, so that's a plus for him. Darius doesn't need a lot of land to be effective either, because his economic traits are just ridiculous. Louis on double settlers, that's kind of cool. Monty on... Alright, so there's like a fresh round of settlers being produced right now by the AI. And Justinian also has another one out. I missed this one in production. He's going to start laying claim to the north, it seems. Alright, so that's not a very good city, but it does give him a bit more territory. He would have done better to send it down here in the center of the map, where, in terms of barbarians, we've got a good assortment of them. Only the one barb city so far, but we've got a little cluster up here in the north, and then like pockets roaming through the jungle here in the middle of the map. So yeah, if we like want to see the zoomed out map, Justinian is the first of 4 cities, and that, you know, that's not nothing. Looks like Kathy actually whipped her settler, which is smart for an imperialistic civ. I forgot how much of a loser Darius is. All right, well he's not as bad as you might think. Look, he was very slow to 3 settlers, but he's gone right on to 4 settlers. One thing that's hurting him here is the culture that Saladin's pumping out. That is infringing on him pretty. To a pretty good degree. And where's Kathy sending her third? Alright, she's going north with this one. This is not a very good region, but we'll see what she chooses to do. Nikea, more like bad Kea. I know it looks like it says nice, but I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Nikea. So yes, there's still, let's take a quick look at the diplomatic screen. Let's see who does not like who. Alright, so FDR is the worst enemy of Monty and Saladin. That's kind of interesting. Darius is the worst enemy of... Wait, Monty's the worst enemy of Roosevelt. Monty is the worst enemy of Darius. Okay, so Darius and Roosevelt don't like each other. Kathy is annoyed towards Roosevelt. I don't think she doesn't seem to mind Darius so much. That's kind of weird. They have the same peace weight, Darius and Roosevelt. This doesn't bode very well for FDR in the long run. Oh, you swapped Darius with Cyrus? Yeah, Cyrus did really well last year. He came in 2nd place, and if it hadn't been for a miracle cultural win by Huayna Capac, Cyrus would have been the overall winner of Survivor last year. It's very close. So yeah, he did extremely well last year. Alright, so there's a settler just finished by Monty. Let's see. Darius finishes slavery. Alright, so Kathy goes for an odd location here. It's a pretty terrible city, but she doesn't seem to like Roosevelt, and that's going to squeeze him. She would have done better to go over here, but maybe she's anticipating a future city over here. Who knows? Not her best spot. Let's see. Where else are there settlers out on the map? She's also building walls in her capital because, you know, as you do, right? Let's just see. Is this another settler? All right, so Justinian's got a 5th settler out or a settler for city number 5, so that's good for him. There's Monty's settler. Louis already has 4 cities out. I didn't realize he already had one done. And he's building Stonehenge in a size 1 city, so that's going to go really well. Kathy on another settler. Oh yeah, she is in this city. Interesting. Yeah, so some of the AI is doing a little bit better job than others. Roosevelt is not expanding. I guess he's got another settler in production. I was going to say he's not expanding, but he has another one in production. And Justinian, who I know, and look at this, Barb City. That's going to cause trouble for somebody. It is completely random where the Barb Cities pop up. Monty looks like he's going for this. Is Monty going to steal the horses and the copper near Justinian? I think he's got iron though, so that's not as big of a deal. But if he can't get horses, that's a major setback for, like, if Justinian can't get these horses, he's not going to be able to build cataphracts, and that would make him a very sad person. All right, Monty plans on the copper, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Not a very good city down here. These two, it is so guaranteed that these two are going to go to war. There's no way they're going to be able to avoid that. Louis going for fail gold. I don't think the AI is good enough, clever enough to exploit fail gold. Darius has a settler out too somewhere. Here it is. Expanding away from Kathy, which is significant. And by the way, Kathy's going to found the 3rd religion. I did not anticipate her getting a religion and Monty not getting a religion, but she's going to get it, and it'll probably pop up here. So that's probably good for her as well. Right now I'm watching, all right, I was going to say I'm watching where Darius is settling. Here's our first open border spam request. So he planted on this stone resource here. Kind of a strange decision. It does get horses, though, for his immortals, so that's not the worst choice. Yeah, Justinian has, well, he has iron, so he does have a strategic resource. He has iron. He's already building a monastery to try and get his religion out. So Kathy and Justinian are leading right now. Darius, note that Darius is in last place in score. Yeah, he's not a great AI. And Saladin had a settler out and moving somewhere too. Hold on. Or maybe he just finished it? I think he just finished it. Something like that. And Roosevelt has a... Oh, so Roosevelt's going for Stonehenge. Looks like he's going to be the one to get that. Unless someone else... I mean, as awesome as it's building it in a size 1 city... Oh, it looks like that is going to be a fail gold Stonehenge. By the way, we're up to 4 Barb cities now. Louis is going to have to fight some Barbs to get this territory down here. And it looks like that's the only settler out on the map right now, so why don't we keep an eye on this one? Note that Kathy has already... Yes, like, this is what Kathy's border city does. This is a lousy city. Oh, and there she is founding Judaism. There it is. So now she's got her own religion, too. This is what Kathy's city at Rostov does. It's a pretty terrible city in and of itself, but it squeezes Roosevelt. He can't put any cities down here. So FDR's like, oh, well, if I can't expand, I'll just build wonders. Stonehenge plus the Great Wall. Does he have stone, or is he just... No, it doesn't seem like he has stone. He's just building them straight up. So, yeah, Roosevelt is making some pretty serious mistakes here. He's not expanding, and he's building wonders. That means they'll probably be taken away from him. Justinian did plant his 5th city here, so he's doing a nice job of going towards the center of the map. I like the way his early game is gone. This looks similar to what Hannibal did in our last game. Just, like, spread out, grab key territory in the center of the map, snowball from there. And Louis does have 5 cities, but he's almost out of room already because the Barbs have him boxed in over here. French Barbs, Asterix, and Obelix. Yeah. So, and she goes into organized religion to spread her faith. Did she ever finish that settler she was building? Because she was building one. I don't know if she finished it, though. Yes, she did. It's right up here. Pushing for more land. Probably going over here for the gold and gems. All right, so there's our 3rd religion of the game. We now have religions. Get rid of these resources. We have a religion here in the north part of the map. We have a religion in the south central part, and then a religion in the west. It's kind of an interesting breakdown of where they ended up. Kathy's investing more in religion than she normally does. I think it's because she popped bronze working. Wait, does she already has 5 cities and she's got her... Wow, okay. Yeah, Kathy doing a good job of expanding. I didn't even realize she had a 5th city here. So that's going to press on Darius' city. So yeah, Darius, he does have resources. Like, he does have iron, although he has somewhat oddly chosen to put a plains cottage on this iron resource because he hasn't researched it yet. And he will have horses, but Kathy is getting almost all of the territory in between them. Like, if I zoom out here on the map, so like Darius's capital's here. He's losing out on this spot to Kathy, who's up here. That should not be happening. So not a good sign for him. Yeah, which religion Monty gets will be interesting. He will probably get Justinian's religion. Probably, but it's not guaranteed. We'll have to see. The religions they do spread randomly. And where's that? All right, so here's that Kathy settler. Again, I anticipate her putting it in this area. I guess she wanted a axeman to guard it. And did he finish Stonehenge? I didn't recall seeing that message. No. Apparently he swapped off building Stonehenge for some unknown reason when it was like 2 turns away from completion. He did build the Great Wall though, so there's that. This guy who's like has very little to worry about from barbarians since he's sheltered. Won't have to worry about them. Justinian just planted this city too. How many does he have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 6 cities as well. I think he's first to 6. And Darius is doing Darius things, choosing to put a city here. Okay, Darius. Good decision, that. Good call. I think that's definitely where you should be tossing down cities right now. Saladin's fallen a little behind in the expansion race, too. He's only got 4 cities. Oh, and this is apparently where Roosevelt chose to go. So he's, been squeezed. Yeah, we're about to look at the turn 50 bar graphs. Kathy will probably plant on that tile. Nope, she turned around and walked in the opposite direction, probably because that barbarian unit was there. Like, Kathy has nothing to worry about with this settler, but like, and wow, what? Monty completes Stonehenge? Okay, I can't say I was expecting that to happen. Roosevelt was like 2 turns away from finishing it, then swaps off, and instead Monty gets it. Also, Louis plants a city here. So Louis done a good job of expanding. He's gotten more territory than I expected. He just is being squished by these barbarians in here. All right, so let's zoom out and get a view of the overall map here, 50 turns in. So people doing well with the land grab. Justinian, Louis, probably Kathy. People not doing well. Saladin, Roosevelt. Monty's pretty squeezed as well already at this point. Darius has got 5 cities, but they're planted in bizarre, undefensible locations. Doesn't make a lot of sense. We'll look at the bar graphs, although 50 turns in, they're not that distinctive. So like GMP is heavily influenced by culture right now. So like Monty is up near the top because of Stonehenge. Production, I'm not seeing much of a difference thus far. Food, Justinian is at the top, and Louis, interestingly, second. Everybody else is pretty close. Power, Kathy and Justinian are at the tops, but it's pretty close. Culture, who's that at the bottom? That's Darius is suffering, and I think that's, yeah, espionage. There's nothing we can really see thus far. Okay, so nothing too crazy yet. We'll look at the relations. Okay, so Justinian does not like Kathy. Oh, that's because of religion, and Kathy does not like Justinian. They're pretty far away. So maybe they're not going to finish 1-2. Seems unlikely they'll both survive to the end of the game, based on that. Who's worst enemies? Okay, so Monty is the worst enemy of Darius and Roosevelt. That makes sense for peace weight reasons. Let me just go through and see who's the worst. All right, so Kathy is the worst enemy of Justinian. Monty's the worst enemy of Darius and Roosevelt. Okay, Roosevelt's the worst enemy of Catherine, Louis, Monty, and Saladin. That probably doesn't bode very well for him. He's the worst enemy of a lot of people, so this is foreshadowing pretty strongly a war between Roosevelt and Kathy. So he's looking more likely to be first to die now instead of Darius, although Darius, I'm not too sanguine about him surviving to the end of the game either. And Justinian's apparently leading in tech, so he's playing a strong game. He's actually got a pretty decent score lead at this point. I like his position here. Flashback's just sitting duck. Yeah, I wouldn't say this is looking too good for old Rosie. Kathy, in case you've noticed, she's been walking the settler back and forth for 2 tiles because I think because of this one warrior is messing up her pathfinding, which is not a great sign for her. I don't know what she's doing. Well, anyway, the game grinds on, and other leaders are continuing to expand while she runs in circles with this guy. So, still no wars yet. Saladin also really should get off his behind and put some more cities down. Let's see, so one of the 4 archers in this city has been killed. I would expect that that will be taken by Louis eventually. How about these barb cities in the middle of the map? This one still has all its archers. This one still does too. Okay, so I guess neither one of those is quite about to fall anytime soon. And Kathy is now finally moving. All right, I guess she's probably gonna plant on that tile. I can't imagine why she'd move there otherwise. All right, so she does claim Yekaterinburg. I guess she saw the rice and wanted that resource, even though otherwise it doesn't make a lot of sense. So that gets her to 6 cities. FDR is actually building military in all his cities, and oh, this is just sad. Like, I just see this and I just feel sad for Roosevelt. Look at this. That's just tragic. Because he has nowhere, he's run out of room to expand, or virtually. Could have gone over here. So note over here that Justinian did claim horses, so he will have, he has horses and he has iron, although I think he only needs horses for cataphracts. I don't think he even needs iron. Saladin did get a 5th city there. Louis is running chariots against these archers. I don't think they're having a lot of success taking that city. And Darius still doing Darius things. Look at this. Here comes the Jewish missionaries. I wonder where she's sending these. Darius is making a serious attempt to take this barbed city, though. He's got several guys over here. Like, seriously, FDR, you have an amazing spot to the west. He's apparently trying to use Combat 2 and cover archers to attack this, and it's not really working. He will eventually plant a city here, but he definitely should have gone there before Atlanta. That doesn't make any sense at all. Let's see if we can spot any more settlers out on the map. All right, so I see Jewish missionaries running around on Kathy's part. I see a settler here. Or no, never mind. That's just covering a worker. That's not a settler. Monty is covering a worker. That's not a settler. And let's see about Justinian. All right, so no settlers currently on the map. That's interesting. No one has a settler out right now. Or if they do, I missed it. Justinian's going for the Oracle and building more units. And Monty's actually not doing that badly right now. He just founded a couple cities down here. 1, 2, 3. So he's up to 6. That's tied with the leaders. I believe no one has more than 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Justinian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Louis. 5 for Saladin. 5 for Darius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Kathy. If she brings some axes over here, she could actually take this city, because axes will kill barb archers, especially ones not on a hill. Refresh map. Let's wait until the map's all the way full and until someone's about to declare war. Good suggestion, though. She randomly has an axe over here. I don't know why. I don't know what these units are doing. Otherwise, though, the game's pretty quiet right now. Kathy is building a fair amount of military, for what that's worth. Justinian, nah, he's like half military, half peaceful. I don't think it's going to be too much longer before we see the first wars break out. There's a couple people on the Oracle, so that seems to be contested right now. FDR's got a settler in production. So for right now, it's quiet. Kathy Monty blocked. That would be pretty terrifying, I agree. I don't know where she's sending these missionaries. They're just randomly running across the map. I agree. A Kathy plus Monty, like if they both became Jewish and both tagged up together, that would be pretty scary. Okay, so Louis took this city. So he gets this barb city. That's a big plus for him. That was kind of blocking him from expanding to the south. So now he'll have a chance to get more territory. I'm a little surprised he's not going for more wonders right now. Like Louis not being on any wonders is pretty shocking. Justinian is also a good way clear of the field right now in score. He's well above anyone else. Oh, and look, the Americans get another very sad city. Like Chicago and Atlanta, let me clear the resources for a sec. These are sad cities. So Roosevelt is down to last in score. Probably not surprising as a result of that. I do wonder as well where these missionaries are going. Oh, and this city was taken too by Darius. All right, so who didn't see this coming, right? First war of the game. Monty declares war on Justinian. I cannot say I'm surprised. This is probably the biggest reason why I did not pick Justinian to win, because I think he'll be slowed down by Monty. I was pretty certain these two would be going to war. That said, if Justinian rolls over Monty quickly, he could be in great shape. Why isn't Chicago 1 east to grab the fish? I don't know. That's a very good question. I don't know why it's not one tile further to the east. Alright, so what does Monty have here? He's got axes, jags. Okay, but he's going to be attacking Thessalonica, and there's no way he's getting through those cultural defenses. So I predict a bloody stalemate in this war. Let's see, worst enemy of Darius, worst enemy of Justinian, worst enemy of Roosevelt. Sure, we'll sign open borders with you, buddy. So let's see how this happens. I think that the most likely outcome is a stalemated war that slows down both of these two, whereas I think Kathy would have a much easier time cleaning up some of these others. That said, Darius did get another city here from the Barbs, and we'll see how much longer Phrygian lasts. I expect Kathy will get this one. She seems to be building units to go attack it, or maybe she's getting ready to attack. She might be getting ready to attack Roosevelt, because there's a stack right here, and it looks like it might be headed to attack. We'll find out. So Justinian gets the Oracle. He probably went for, and oh, Monty has picked up Kathy's religion. So the Doom tag team that you guys were suggesting is potentially in play now. So those two will be very good friends. Anyway, I think he probably slingshotted metal casting. Yeah, he picked up metal casting, always a good choice. And he's pretty far clear of the field right now. Yeah, this would be a little bit too early for Kathy. She would be better off expanding, although she did plant another city down there at Yakutsk. I think that gives her 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it does give her 7 cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Darius is on 7 cities as well, for what that's worth. Yeah, probably a little bit too early. She needs catapults, because these cities have too much culture. But we'll see. Maybe not. Looks like she might be turning and dealing with the Barbs. Or not. Kathy has declared war on Roosevelt. Or not. Or she is indeed thinking about it. So that's 2. I think long-term Roosevelt is not going to be able to hold out because Kathy is just in a much stronger position. But in the meantime, this could also drag the two of them down. Anyway, here's Monty, by the way. He seems to be surrounding Thessalonica. Again, with 40% cultural defenses, I can't see that really ending well. And he planted another city up here. People are like, damn it, Kathy. Well, she hasn't lost any units yet. We'll see. Also, 2 of these Barb units ran out of Gaul for some reason. I'm going to keep the focus on Monty because I'm curious whether he's going to try to attack Thessalonica right now. Okay, he did. It did not go well. He just lost some units. A good chunk of units, actually. So that was a failure. Down here, Kathy is still moving around. And here's our first request from Kathy. First of many. So we get our first -2 with Kathy. She appears to be building up a larger stack. She has not tried to run in there. She still really needs catapults to have any chance, though. Yeah, chatty Kathy, indeed. She loves to chat with the player. She makes a lot. She has like a 10 out of 10 to make requests of the player. So with the game's top AIs tied up in fighting, maybe this is a chance for like Saladin and Louis to get in. Like Louis' position, if he sits here and builds, is not bad. He's going to end up with a decent amount of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he has 8 cities already, and he has a chance to get another one here, maybe take that city. You know, he could end up with 10 cities pretty easily, and long term, that's not a bad position. Monty's on 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 6? Justinian is only on 6. So he's not as many as it looked like initially. Darius is on 7. Kathy's on 7. This Barb city is still sitting here for someone to go after. Kathy could very easily detour and pick it up, but we'll see. Great General. So Justinian gets a Great General from the failed attacks that Monty's been launching. Monty just threw away a whole bunch of units. Not the smartest decision there. Louis winning would be funny, eh? So we did, at the request of you guys, we did put a, under the first to die category, we did add a none to that category. No one picked it for this game, though. So no one expected that 0 AIs would die in this game, which I think is a pretty safe proposition. So Kathy is churning out more settlers. We'll say that about her AI. She has a very strong expansionistic tendency, so she keeps building settlers even while she's at war. Over here, Monty, yeah, has pretty much lost that force. Let's see, power. So there's Monty losing his force. And Kathy and Roosevelt are basically even in power. So again, I don't expect much out of this war. Monty. The only way Louis is number 2 is if Kathy kills everyone else. I don't know. I mean, Louis could jump in and attack Monty and like clean up territory that way. Let's see how Louis feels about people. So he will not. He will declare war at pleased. So he can technically attack anyone. He is most unhappy with Roosevelt for what that's worth. Doesn't like Darius that much. Doesn't like Justinian that much. We've got a nice, some nice hatred already building up between these AIs, which is always a good sign. Once those war declarations come in, you start to see the hate build up. It's like the Star Wars thing. Good. It's like, good, let the hate flow through you, or whatever. Yeah, this stack is not strong enough to do anything, especially with New York being on a hill. Okay, so Louis is converted to Justinian's religion. So that would shift the diplomat. So just like that, now he dislikes Darius. Now he loves Cat. Wait, no, I'm looking at Monty. Here's Louis. Just like that, he likes Justinian more, dislikes Kathy more. Don't go for New York. Well, that's what she's going to go for. She's going to throw this stack away. Like, Kathy is not actually smarter than the other AIs. She just is in tends to use her traits better. And there's a random French chariot over here. A random Medic 2 chariot. This city has not come under attack yet. As far as Monty, he's back with another stack. A lot of city raider units, but that city's way too well defended. There's no way he can punch through that. He needs, without catapults, there's no chance. And Kathy just threw away a good portion of her stack too, and gave Roosevelt a great general. So yeah, Justinian is on an early construction though, so that's something. And Justinian gets another great general as Monty throws away another stack, trying to attack a city with. Does that have walls in it? No, but it does have 40% cultural defenses. And Kathy's stack has, of course, gone nowhere. Done nothing except promote the defenders. Over here, though, this city's getting... there's only one archer left in this city, so this is potentially capturable by one of these two, by Kathy or Saladin. All right, so Kathy got the Barb city. So even though her war with Roosevelt's not going anywhere, she got another city. Okay, and Darius has picked up Saladin's religion. So those two will be buds. Does everybody have a religion now? No, Roosevelt still does not have a religion. So we'll see which one he picks up. But otherwise, we've got a couple religious blocks going on here, right? So we've got the Justinian and Louis have the same religion. Kathy and Monty have the same religion. And then Saladin and Darius have the same religion. Does Justinian have elephants? I think he does. I think there's some ivory up here. No, he does not appear to have ivory unless someone's trading it to him. Did Kathy finish that settler? Good question. Let's see if we can spot it on the map somewhere. She did. It's in her capital. It is still sitting in her capital, though. It's just chilling in the capital right now. So Monty now gets a great general, because the fighting now swings over here to his territory. Again, neither side is going to lose any cities in this war. Not until someone gets construction, although Justinian is on construction, though. So if he picks that up and builds catapults, he might be able to start carving apart Monty. We'll see. Kathy may be going for it, too. All right, yes, we'll sign open borders with you, Louis, because she's on math. Oh, okay, that's a lot of units. Unfortunately, they won't fare any better attacking a city with walls than Monty did. All those chariots are also going to die. There's a great general here. AI usually does better using its great generals for super... Yeah, we should refresh the map now. Good request. The AI tends to do better using its great generals for super specialists as opposed to using them for actual great generals, because they're not very good at maneuvering them around on the map. Well, FDR is on 2 wonders. That's a great call when you're in the middle of a hot war against your neighbor. He's not going to get the pyramids, though. It looks like Darius is going to claim them. Kathy is not on construction, though. She went for calendar. Darius, master of the ice. See, they just lose their great generals in combat really fast. Now Monty gets another great general. Yeah, so those two will keep fighting for a while yet. Did Kathy ever move that settler? Nope, just sitting in her capital. She probably won't move it until she signs peace. Justinian looks like a mod leader. Like something that a fan made. I think it's alright. Nelson died in combat, accurate. Darius training some killer penguins to invade Observer Civ. Yeah, I mean, he actually has a decent amount of territory, but his score is so low. So more great generals being born. And a great scientist for Monty. We'll see. So both of these wars, both of the current wars look like stalemates at the moment. And Saladin finishes Temple of Artemis. So Roosevelt didn't end up getting those. I guess he was building those wonders for the fail gold. He does have a great lighthouse build, though. So Monty's got more stacks, but he won't be able to do anything. Let's see if Justinian built some catapults now that he's got construction. No, he's going for forges. They signed peace or something? Oh no, Erwin Rommel died in combat. Also accurate. What is with all these great generals dying? Although technically Rommel didn't die in combat. Okay, so is that settler still there? Yep, still sitting there. I wonder how much longer that's going to last. Yeah, Rommel was only born 2 turns ago. Well, it was an easy come, easy go, I guess. So, yeah, there's 2 wars, but there's not much going on in those wars. At least until Justinian gets off his rear and builds some catapults. Oh, well, that was not a war I was expecting. Okay. Saladin declares war on Louis. And odd. I didn't even know that those two hated each other. I guess that's a religious war. Saladin being Islamic, Louis being Christian. Okay. Well, it gets us a 3rd war. We'll take up the counter. So everyone's in a war now except Darius. Remember how we named a slug in the FTL run after Darius? That's a good explanation. I don't even see a stack from him in French territory. Well, I guess he's got one. Tipu Sultan spotted? Yeah. Here comes another. I'm tempted just to refuse this to get. All right, let's keep refusing Kathy so we can get more negative mods with her. We'll just refuse everything she says for funsies. For those, I've mentioned this before a number of times, but Tipu Sultan was the main subject of my dissertation when I worked on it. Christian France versus Muslim Arabs. Yep. True to life. It's like a Crusades thing going on here. Of course, Saladin actually did live during the period of the Crusades. Need like a Saint Louis IX of France. So Saladin's got his shrine. I'm sure we'll see the shrines for everyone else eventually. Okay, so we might have a more serious attacking coming from Justinian, because it looks like he's almost managed to punch through here, and he does have catapults now, so once he gets a catapult, he can definitely take this city. Let's see if he's able to have any success earlier. There's a lot of chariots running around. It looks like this particular stack has been pushed back. Alright, so Roosevelt and Kathy signed peace. That's probably the smartest thing Kathy could have done. So she gets out of this war without suffering any serious setback. Now she will go back to building. She'll probably move that settler out. Actually, I think she's already moved her settler out. Just waiting for peace to do it. Nope, never mind. It's still in her capital. So that was probably a smart call for her, just to get out of that war and then come back later when she has a stronger army. But still, the two of them now hate each other. Dialed up the resentment between the two of them. So the big action right now appears to be the ongoing war between Monty and Justinian. because especially when, yeah, see now we finally got some catapults in play. Once they take down the defenses, Justinian can actually make advances. As far as the Saladin versus Louis war, I'm not seeing much there, although Louis is apparently really unhappy. What the heck is he doing? Is he abusing slavery, or does he just lack luxuries? It appears as though he lacks luxuries. He's got the ivory, and that's it, because he doesn't have calendar. Boy, he needs this calendar in the worst way. His cities just, look at this, so his cities can't grow. This is always a big deal in these games, is the AI is really bad at managing happiness. So like one of the reasons why Justinian's score is so high is he has more happiness resources than a lot of the others. Like he's got the gold and the gems, plus remember he used the oracle to slingshot metal casting, so the forges give him double happiness from these. He's got wines and dyes, yeah, so he has like a lot of happiness resources, and that's helping him. Kathy as well, well, I guess she hasn't claimed this, but like once she actually claims this gold, which will happen soon enough, she'll have double metal happiness resources as well. And she just picked up calendar, so she's gonna connect her. She'll connect her incense and her dyes. So actually, they're already connected because she has a city on top of this, and she just researched calendar, so that auto connects it. Should we show power graphs? That's a good request. We're also getting close to turn 100. So Justinian's first, Kathy's second. Monty is down pretty far. Let's change the music on turn 100. How about that? So that's Antioch. So Justinian founds a minority religion. I don't expect him to do much with that. He's unlikely to spread that, but we'll see. All right, so here comes a more sizable force. And this one does have 3 catapults. So this might be the beginning of some movement in the war between Justinian and Monty. Hinduism founded in Atlanta, okay. So Roosevelt's going to have his own religion soon. He's Christian right now, but I'm sure he will spread that around and swap to that religion. So that'll make everyone hate him more. Can we just loop Baba Yetu Hawking? Yeah, this war right now between Arabia and France seems to be pretty fake. Doesn't appear to be much going on between the two of them. So Kathy is working on more settlers as well. She still has that one in her capital that's just never moved. Inexplicably just has sat there not moving. All right, so this is like the scary threat, right, for Monty. This stack right here. Also note that Monty foolishly has not chopped down the forest, so Justinian's able to move in a stack with defensive cover right next to Tlatelolco. The annoying French must be destroyed. I mean, there's a lot of units in here, but if the defenses are taken down and all those catapults go in for collateral, it's not going to matter much. Yeah, Louis got the Great Lighthouse. Well, right now I'd say Montezuma is probably in the driver's seat for first to die because Justinian is still at war with him. Like, no one's actually at war with FDR, although I suspect Kathy will be returning to war sooner rather than later. She's very likely to go back to war with him again. Is this Barb City still sitting there? Yep, still hanging out there down in the far corner. But Monty is probably more likely to die first because Justinian's quite strong and he's mounting a pretty serious attack here. Like, so this is shaping up to be a huge battle this turn, right? Monty's got all these units, and then Roosevelt's got all these units. I don't know if this is enough to take that city or not. Let's see. Hard to tell because there's a lot of units on both sides. So, ooh. Looks like this was pretty successful. Like, Justinian's units are all redlined, but they're all alive, whereas most of Monty's units just died. Look at that one Jaguar. Combat 3, Shock, and Woodsman 1. A lot of promotions, but I don't think it's enough to save this city. This was probably going to be the first city of the game that falls. So there it is. And that's a pretty serious punch to Monty because he loses access to horses. This could be the beginning of the end for Montezuma, and I know a lot of you have him for first to die. Or does he have horses somewhere else? No, never mind. He has more horses over here, so he can still build mounted units. Yeah, Justinian's doing very well. He's the definite leader in the game, and if he absorbs Aztec territory, he could turn into the runaway. Remember, he'll have cataphracts down the road. Yeah, you guys are right. Those were my horses. And over here, this war between France and Arabia still appears to be a stalemate. Not seeing much movement in this conflict. Oh, okay, well, never mind. Here, actually, I take that back. There's a force over here that, with catapult support, that might be able to do something. Although Marseille is a city on a hill, and that always is more difficult to capture. So we shall see. Kathy is on peaceful stuff right now. Darius is always on peaceful stuff because that's what he does. Kathy is building settlers but not using them, apparently. And she's building missionaries. She does not seem to be plotting war right now. So for the meantime, we mostly just got the ongoing current wars. When Saladin popped up and asked, why is the news talking about bin Laden? Saladin somewhat rashly attacked before catapults got there, but it actually might succeed. Looks like he has enough to take that city unless it gets reinforced. Which it was. Oh, and it's turn 100. So Justinian and Kathy are our top 2 leaders, but Justinian seems to be... Yeah, he just got his shrine. Justinian seems to be in the best... Oh! Well, that's surprising. I don't know why he made peace. He was winning that war. That's probably a mistake. He likely could have kept that going and just kept snowballing. Well, so Monty gets a reprieve. I expect they will be back to war sooner rather than later. And Monty is... How many cities is he down to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's down to 6. Whereas Justinian's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess Justinian doesn't have that many cities. Meanwhile, Kathy's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's because he just planted Vladivostok. And she still has more in the tundra. Darius is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That Barb city's come along nicely. Saladin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He is 8 as well. Louis is on 8, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, so a lot of people on 8. So as good as Justinian's position is, he does only have 8 cities, including this one that's useless. Let's look at the bar graphs, because it's turn 100. GNP is pretty close, surprisingly close. Monty's in last. Not that surprising. Justinian's in first in production. Saladin second. Yeah, just long enough to get... Yeah, well, that is the thing. Justinian can tech up to cataphracts and come back. Food, it's pretty close. Justinian and Kathy are 1 and 2. Power, Justinian's the clear leader. Kathy's second. Saladin and Monty have been taking it on the nose right now. Culture is pretty close, except FDR and Darius are down at the bottom, and that's pretty much it. So if you want to see real quickly the bar graphs for tech, let's see. So Kathy's in like late classical right now. Does not have construction. She won't be able to make any. Probably for her sake, she should research construction before she goes to war. Darius is researching about the same place, it looks like. About the same. Justinian has construction, but is on needs currency. I think he's the tech leader, although it's pretty close. Louis is slightly further behind. He does have construction, but he's missing currency, monarchy. Yeah, he's missing a lot. Monty has military stuff. Actually, Monty's not doing that bad in tech, probably because of his double gold resources. Roosevelt is behind in tech. He seems to be struggling there. And Saladin, he's actually doing okay in tech. Everyone's pretty close. Do you ever think about how the observers feel? Oh, I could just fortify them? Good suggestion. All right, and since a number of you have requested it, go ahead and, let's see. Player mode. Oh, it's right here. Add text by era. Let's add a medieval text, shall we? You guys requested the medieval music, so there we go. So turn 100, now we're in the medieval era, apparently. We can try to change it later. Alright, so Justinian, alright, culture, Justinian's first, Saladin second. Alright, so as of right now, the only active war is between France and Arabia, so we'll try to keep the focus over here. Again, it's probably going to be a stalemate because they're pretty evenly matched. And Kathy is on construction, so we got to keep an eye on that for her next war, and there will be a next war because Kathy is very eager to go to war. For her next war, she'll have catapults and can actually make progress. And Justinian horseback riding en route probably to an eventual guilds. So yeah, down here there's not a lot going on. Like, they're at war, but no one seems to have nearly a big enough stack to push through and actually capture territory. Well, that's nice for Darius. Pulled him up from the bottom of the pack. It sure looks like Roosevelt's going to be first to go at this point. Like, I know he's not dead yet, but he's just very weak. He has almost no production. He did cram in another city right there in the form of Seattle. But, like, remember that Barb City Kathy captured? It's size 10. And it gave her several more resources. She was building Hanging Gardens but did not get it, so fail gold there. I'm wondering if she will cram more cities down in the tundra. She really should. How about similar story for Justinian? Like, there's a silver resource here, another iron. He should definitely plant some more up here in the far north. He might as well. He might be plotting to go back to war with Monty, though. He seems to be building a lot of units. Can we name the observer civ? Well, no. I like to keep the observer civ the name of the game being played. He still has not settled this spot. I don't get it either. I like to keep the name of the observer civ so that you can tell immediately what game this is. It helps keep track. Oh, and Kathy's about to mine that gold resource. She really should plant a city somewhere over here. Because, like, there's clearly territory to be gained. Darius's territory is like the most bizarre squiggly thing you'll ever see. Like, look at this empire, right? He did get up to 8 cities, though, in, like, this weird crescent. Oh, and there's still a war going on. Like, we haven't been paying it much attention because it's been pretty quiet, but there is still a war going on. I also want to point out that Kathy has caught up to Justinian in score. She's just a good AI. Just doing her thing, quietly building up, probably getting ready to hit Roosevelt again because she does not like him. Yeah, she doesn't like this guy. She's furious with him, so I don't anticipate that lasting very long. Wouldn't expect peace to stay there. It's a fertile crescent, yes. Fertile crescent. Sure, we'll accept open borders, Darius. Okay, we don't need the eggplant smiley. Although, if you guys want to, go ahead. All right, so Marseille has been the focus for Saladin. I think he might have enough. Roosevelt building Chichen Itza will delay his death, but it won't be enough to stop him from being taken out. Just delay it. So with all these catapults, this might be enough to capture Marseille. It's like the defenses will get taken out pretty quickly. Yeah, it went from 50% to 30%, and there's enough swords here, I think, to. The only problem here is it might be too heavy on catapults. I don't see many units that can actually attack. Only 3 swords and an axe. It's like some random chariots. Hi, Axon. But the defenses will be gone. Monty, what? Now Monty's attacking Louis? Oh, Monty, this is probably not your best call. All right, well, I remember someone said they had Louis first to die, so that's good news for you. This is pretty bizarre considering how Justinian hates him to go charging off in the other direction. All right, so that's our 4th war. Remember, if you're wondering why Monty doesn't do very well in these games, this is exactly why. This is exactly why, because he does stuff like this. But who knows, maybe this will pull focus away from Louis, and this could be better for Saladin than anyone else. Oh, that's a lot of City Raider swords there. So now we just have like random Aztec units wandering around here too. I keep waiting to see if Marseille is going to fall. And so Justinian, I believe, built the Apostolic Palace. Yeah, so that's always a big deal too. So he's got the AP working in his favor, and he does have 2. Oh, Monty builds the mausoleum. Okay. Okay. And Louis and Roosevelt are also both Christian, so kind of interesting. Louis has to survive for 20 more turns. Oh, he'll survive. No one's going to die in the next 20 turns. I can't see that happening. So here comes more random Aztec units. It looks like the focus is still on taking this city. It's like the defenses are gone, but there's still a lot of units in there. Look at the power bar graphs real quick, just to get a sense for this. All right, so note that Kathy and Justinian have been slowly building up. Darius, too. Meanwhile, everyone who's fighting right now is getting weaker. Why are swords good at attacking cities? That's just their role in this game. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's just their role in Civ 4. They're used to attack cities. I agree it's not anything particularly logical. See who doesn't have... Yeah, so we still have two Jewish... Like, Kathy and Monty are still both Jewish. Saladin and Darius are both still Islamic, and the other three are... the AP religion, Christianity. Oh, by the way, look at this. Kathy's got war elephants now. Dun dun dun. And she's building up. She looks like she's getting ready to attack, because I see an awful lot of military being built. Well, just keep an eye on that. How about Justinian? He is horse archers. I don't think... he might be in build-up mode. He's got some war... He also has war elephants, too. Can AP attack Kathy now? Maybe. Eligibility is not having the AP religion at all. Oh, okay. Let's see if she has Christianity in any of her cities. Here's an easy way to do that. We'll look at the religious. She does not appear to have Christianity in any of her cities. So here's Christianity. Strong in the north and then in the southeast and basically nowhere else. So no, she does not. Islam, again, largely in the south, and then Kathy's religion, which is Judaism, randomly in Aztecia, and then in Kathy's own territory. Okay. All right. So so the Aztecs are also fighting over here. The defenders in Marseille have really been doing a good job of holding out, but I don't know how much longer that can last. Sure. By the way, Roosevelt is still the worst enemy of Kathy, so if she attacks anyone... Darius attacks Monty. Okay. That's random. So now Monty's in a two-front war, but not with Justinian. Given how much Justinian hates Monty, though, I think it's only a matter of time before he goes back in. So, honestly, Monty is probably the favorite for first to die right now. This city, Tlaxcala, is not very well defended either. Here comes Monty's own elephants. Yeah, that's a pretty good stack there. A little maybe overly heavy on catapults, but not bad. So that's good news for Louis, who's... Now we just have like this crazy, chaotic setup. I did tick up the war counter, I think. If I didn't, remind me, but I'm pretty sure I just did. Sometimes I can forget if I increased it or not, which is why it's good to have the chat. Where is that fighting? Oh, here it is. So Saladin and Louis make peace. All right. So again, nothing actually changed hands there. So now Monty's in a two-front war. Monty's fighting Louis, and Monty's fighting Darius. And Justinian bides his time until he can get cataphracts. Oh, wait, by the way, Kathy's first again, and now has slipped into first place in score ranking. Score ranking doesn't necessarily mean that much, but it tends to be like a good general proxy for how strong the AI is. Care to assist us in destroying the evil Aztecs. Yeah, that was an amazing defense. I'm surprised it lasted. Oh, and there we go. Well, who didn't expect that to happen, right? So Kathy declares war. She's back again with catapults, with war elephants. And I think she's much higher in power than FDR. Yeah, so she's here and FDR's here. And she also is a much larger and stronger Civ. So this probably won't go too well. Also, does Rosie have war elephants? I don't think he does. So this might not be fast, but I don't expect this to go very well for Roosevelt. We'll see. And here's our first request to join the war. Actually, I think it's our second. Look at Monty. He is not a popular fellow either. Worst enemy of Darius, Justinian, and Louis. So I think we have two AIs that are on their way heading out. Also, look, this city's going to fall. There's only a catapult left. So Darius is going to get that one. Hell March intensifies. So Monty's already lost 2 cities. What? Justinian declares on Darius. Okay. I thought Justinian would be declaring on Monty, but no. Going after Darius. All right. Didn't see that coming. Sometimes the AI does stuff we don't expect. Okay, so now the war is just a huge cluster, you know what. 3 separate wars. So now Darius is in a 2-front war. And Justinian is #1 in power. He's got a really nice stack here. So this city Polynesian not looking too good. And elephants on all sides. That's kind of random. Kathy's putting New York under siege, so she's likely to be there for a while because she only has 2 catapults. And remember, Chichen Itza is in the possession of FDR. She's got another stack. Oh, geez, she's got another stack over here. Unfortunately, that's hills with 75% cultural defenses, so I don't see that going anywhere. Not unless she sits there forever bombarding it with catapults, which is apparently the plan. So she'll be at that for a while. Oh, and what the heck is going on here? Now Louis is at war with oh my goodness, it's the AP Apostolic Palace! Oh dear, that's the Apostolic Palace at work. Okay, well, I have Darius for first to die, so I'm liking that. AP cheese. Justinian using the Apostolic Palace to his advantage. Alright, so that gets us up to 9 war declarations. And I'm going to take this picture too, just because. Look at this guy. At war with Justinian, Louis, Montezuma, and Roosevelt. Poor guy. This is why the AP... This is why we turn off AP religious victory. Let's just put it that way. 9 war declarations on turn. Yeah, well, I'm glad I went high. I picked 17. I don't know what everybody else picked. So yeah, that's Justinian trolling. So yeah, now we get to see who... Well, the question is how long this lasts, because like when civs are pulled into a war against their will, they often tend not to prosecute it very seriously. But it's not good for Darius to be at war with 4 AIs at once. Yeah, so he just lost Polynesian. He's going to lose this city as well. So yeah, let's update the map just because, or refresh the map, because there's a lot going on right now. Yeah, Kathy was left out because she doesn't have any Christian cities. She has these 2 cities under siege, and I expect she'll take them because she actually has catapults in both stacks. She will very slowly bombard the defenses down and then capture them. It just takes forever. She needs to get some trebs. That'll speed that up. In the meantime, let's watch to see who claims this city, because Darius certainly won't be holding it much longer. Probably it'll be Justinian with his army of elephants everywhere. Now Justinian, with that city capture, has taken the score lead back from Kathy. Alright, so Justinian claims that city too. So this is setting up well for him. Remember, he still hates Monty, so he'll almost certainly take Monty out later on. This is a nice snowball here. Oh, Monty's like, I see which way the winds are blowing. I'm switching to Christianity. This could be very bad for Kathy long term, though, because there's so many Christian civs on the board, and she has her Judaism, which she will not give up. Not as long as... not because it's a self-founded religion, and the AI doesn't like to leave its own self-founded religions. What's the other war that's going on over here? So... Louis is still at war with Monty and Darius as well. This whole Eastern Front is just madness everywhere. I have no idea what's going on. And up here, Kathy is slowly taking down the defenses. It looks like she's got some more catapults in this anti-Philadelphia stack. Justinian and Kathy are trading the score lead back. Yeah, she's got more catapults over here. I don't know quite how many units she has. Justinian picks up bureaucracy. That's a minority religion that's not going to factor in, I can't imagine. Oh boy, okay. What a game. So I expect Kathy to attack at Philadelphia in another turn or two, because she almost has the defenses down. I don't know if she'll be able to take that. That is going to be a difficult, and Justinian builds another wonder. That's going to be a tricky one to take because it is on a hill. Yeah, these cities are both on hills, and the hill cities get that innate defensive bonus. Now this city here, Polynesian, might very well flip away to Arabia, and Tlaxcala too, potentially. It might be hard for Justinian to hold those conquests because there's so much cultural pressure on them. Yeah, FDR gets feudalism, that's true. It'll take him a little while to build longbows or upgrade to them, though. Like, he won't be able to have them immediately. Alright, let's see what happens over here. Alright, so Cathy's attack was very successful. She didn't take the city yet, but she will, because she killed everything except one axeman. So that city's toast. Yeah, there's an archer, and a damaged axe, and a spear, so that will definitely get taken. She got a great general. Because, like, she sent in her cats, and they got all their collateral, and for as much as we make fun of the AI, and, like, let's admit it, they're pretty stupid, the AI still can take cities. Like, with brute force, they can punch through cities, and they can't really do that in Civ 5 or Civ 6, because, of course, you can't stack in that game. So anyway, there's the Byzantine, whatchamacallit, the Byzantine elephant, and here's the Byzantine horse archer, as you guys, since we had a request for that. Oh, I'll zoom around here. Hope nobody gets too dizzy with this. Ah, plus 50%. I'm trying to see this unit from the front. There we go. Okay, there you go. How's that? They've got like the legionary equipment on. All right. Yeah, and anyway, so like the whole East is just crazy wars that don't even make sense on each side. Darius has like a random stack up here. I don't even know how this stack got up here, but like it's clashing with Monty and with, I don't know, craziness. But Cathy's going to capture Philadelphia, so we'll watch that. There it goes. And she's probably going to take New York in the same fashion. I wonder if Cathy will ever plant that city over there that FDR never planted. I think she also claimed the music great artist too. She might even bring it up here and detonate it for a culture bomb. That would be a pretty smart way to use it. Golden Age would also be a good way to use it. So Cathy takes that city. Like I said, she's probably going to take this city too because she actually has a even larger stack over here, just fewer catapults. And for all the craziness, no one seems to be pushing. All right, so here's the first stack that's going to push into Darius's core. Like, he lost his border cities, but now Justinian has like a legit stack over here coming for him. That's also big, that Justinian has the statue of Zeus. So now he's got that, one of the game's key wonders. This city looks like it's probably going to be taken by Louis because Saladin can't really reinforce it due to the way that the culture is... So wait, are they at war still? I can't even remember. Louis is at war with Darius and Monty. He's not at war with Saladin. Saladin is the only one not at war with anyone right now. Probably why he's quietly creeped up to 3rd place. And meanwhile, I'm watching this Darius stack too. So Cathy's almost got the defenses down at New York. She's been there for quite a while. Oh no, she actually attacked this turn. She went in. She didn't take it. It looks like that attack might come up short, probably because there were longbows in the city now. But Cathy's better able to afford these losses than Roosevelt. He's been taking it on the chin. Yeah, she did lose a lot there, but so did Roosevelt. And Darius has been getting crushed. It's not looking good for Darius. Still, feudalism has made a big difference. Cathy probably now needs to get up to knights to have like a legit chance to really take over this war. I don't know what she's doing with war elephants down there in the tundra. Barbs, I guess. So it looks like New York might be able to hold. Yeah, she's pulling units back now. So New York, the attack on New York looks like it's failed for the time being. Darius has gotten a wonder that is going to be taken away from him by someone else because he's at war with everyone. Yeah, this... Alright, so Susa does have a castle, so it's going to take a while for Justinian to get the defenses down. Oops, he got all of 2% down this turn, but eventually he will be able to remove the defenses. He really needs... He has... Oh, no, never mind. He has 6 catapults, so he should be able to do faster than that. And Kathy finished Shwedagon Paya. We'll see if she goes to a free religion or something. Look at this score lead between these two. 1 point of difference right now. Very close. Oh, Kathy's moving in 2 reinforcement armies. Okay. Yeah, she is. She just needs to heal these units and come back. FDR just does not have much production capacity because like half his cities are fishing villages that can't build anything. Look at this guy. War with Justinian, worst enemy of Justinian. War with Louis, worst enemy of Louis. War with Montezuma, worst enemy of Montezuma. War with Roosevelt. Yeah, that's one of the things. Roosevelt's actually at war with Darius, too. Like, they're not sending units against each other, but they are actually at war. Free religion would be the best thing Kathy could do to get out of this situation where she's in a different religion than, like, half the field. But as long as Darius is there to serve as a punching bag, she actually has time, which is one of the biggest things she needs. Like, Darius is basically sitting there as a meat shield for Kathy right now. Yeah, so she's healing her units. Note the medic unit. And, like, the AI will promote its units to medic when they need to heal. Justinian gets a great library, although that's not as crucial of a wonder on this map. Oh, by the way, Monty's attacking over here at Louis. We've missed this. I wasn't even following this. Yeah, Monty's still fighting the French. That city, Marseille, has just been come under attack over and over and over again throughout this game. I don't think he has enough, though, because he has too many catapults, not enough actual attack units. A Kathy culture win, that would be interesting. She does have crossbows now, but I don't see maces from her yet. Not that maces would do that much better than elephants, but they would do a little bit better. Yeah, she seems to be like rebuilding her stacks right now. FDR has a little stack here, although it's not scary enough. It's not going to do anything against 8 longbows or whatever the heck Kathy has in Philadelphia. We're going to keep turning down all her requests. Stop skipping Angry Monty. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, Marseille looks like it has weathered yet another attack. So let's go back here to Susa, where Darius is going to get attacked sooner or later. That seems to be the current siege. They're both Darius and Justinian are cramming units in there. These poor cities are pretty culturally crushed. But maybe he'll be able to hold these cities. They're under... Nadran is putting a lot of cultural pressure on them. That could lead to conflict in the future between Justinian and Saladin, who of course do not have the same religion. So there was some fighting there. Hasn't sent in the big attack yet, though. Some units attack, but not all of them. Alright, Kathy's back again. She's healed up, and yeah, there's not that many units in New York, but I think it's enough to hold against this attack. Although Kathy has another attack moving forward over here. Not that much of one. She really needs to tech up to higher tier units, I think. Like maces would help. Knights would make the biggest difference. And yeah, Marseille has held yet again against another attack. FDR's close to, yeah, engineering to turtle up a little bit longer. It's true. He'll be able to turtle for a while, I think. But long term, I don't think he can. Yeah, here we go, another request to help her. Now we're up to -4 with request to aid in warfare. So Susa's down to just 14%. Yeah, that attack on... So there was an attack on New York that did not succeed. That prompted great generals on each side. And Monty is still hanging in there somehow. Susa will probably fall either this turn or next turn. It depends on when Justinian actually attacks. Alright, so he did attack this turn, and sure enough, it fell. That's a pretty big capture. Yes, Monty's still at war with Louis. And Justinian adopts police state, because he just picked up the pyramids. Oops. So that gives Justinian a pretty big leg up in his duel with Kathy here. Darius still has a fair amount of territory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He still has 6 cities left. But now he's lost this central part of his territory to Justinian. And yeah, that was quite a nice pickup for him. The writing does seem to be on the wall for Darius. The question is whether he can get peace with some of these opponents. And for the moment, Roosevelt seems to be holding his territory. Alright, so yeah. So Kathy apparently seemed to realize that she wasn't going to make much more progress. That's a smart peace treaty. So Roosevelt holds in there for the moment on 1, 2, 3, 4. He still has 6 cities, but very little territory. You know, these units of Kathy's are actually trapped in this city. They can't move back to her own territory. And she's not going to get control of these tiles. I guess she could ship them with a galley or something. Yeah, Justinian, this is before his cataphracts, too. That's a great point. He's probably the favorite to win at this point. He's really used religion well in this game. Darius actually looks like the first one to go to guilds. Oh yeah, and Monty is... So, who's still at war? We still have all those people at war with... So Darius is still at war with... Oh, now America's at war with Darius. So Roosevelt's actually going to be sending units off to fight Persia now, which is just bizarre. Louis and Monty are not sending very many units against Darius because they're at war with each other, and like that pulls their fighting strings. Didn't I think he did AP Cheese in Season 1 at one point. We urgently request your assistance against the Persians. I think you need help against Russia, not Persia, man. But yeah, so he will now be forced to send units off to go fight Persia, who I don't think he really has any interest in fighting. So, by the way, Monty is in last place in score, because note that he has spent the entire game at war. He always ends up fighting. We'll see if getting... oh, wow, so, okay, so it looks like Darius's capital is next. Alright, so Darius, yeah, Roosevelt really had no interest in fighting that war. Ooh, so Justinian's stack got crushed pretty hard here. Kathy's teching up. I presume she's teching up and then coming back for another round with Roosevelt. I mean, if we look at the relations, she does not like him at all. Although poor Darius is like, I hate you all. All these people hate him because of the AP Cheese shenanigans. But Justinian actually had a little stack there get wiped out by a Darius counterattack. And Justinian's not... Okay, so he finished a shrine for his minority religion. Justinian's not getting quite as much out of his war as he would otherwise, because he, like, 2 of the cities he captured are pretty crushed culturally, but obviously he's still benefiting. Now it's Louis on the offensive over here, but again, not enough to punch through and take a city. This France versus Aztec war just is kind of crippling both of them, from what I can see. Saladin needs to suicidally jump in behalf of his buddy. Yeah, Saladin's been at peace for a while now, just doing peaceful development. If he were to go to war, who does he like the least? Saladin. He dislikes Roosevelt the most for some bizarre reason. Because of religion. I don't know. Oh, religion plus peace weight is the reason why. So Kathy looks like she might be plotting war. Gonna be hard to take out Roosevelt with all those castles, though. She really needs to tech up to knights. And it's turn 150. Alright, so as you guys requested, we'll fortify the settler instead of killing our settler for no reason. Yeah, Saladin, sneaky second place. Well, I don't think he can take over second from Kathy without absorbing more territory, but it's not totally crazy. So, look at our bar graphs. GNP. So we've got a trio, right? Our top 3 in score have started to emerge when tops in GMP. Monty is last and falling behind in tech. Production, boy, Justinian is way ahead in production. That's got to be Apostolic Palace giving him bonus production there. He's way ahead. Food, Kathy and Justinian are very close. Saladin and Louis also close. The other 3 are, those other 3 are really starting to fall behind, aren't they? Power, ooh, Saladin, look at that. The build-up from Saladin. Also, Justinian did get crushed pretty badly there. So maybe Saladin is thinking about declaring war. It would be hilarious if he declared on Roosevelt. Culture. All right, so Kathy did use a culture bomb. She used her great artist that she got from music. She used it somewhere. Let's see. Hold on. We can see if we check out Kathy. She used it in Yekaterinburg. So she used it in this city. It's kind of weird. I don't know why she used a culture bomb there, but she did. And I think that's pretty much it on this. So in terms of score, or excuse me, yeah, Kathy is like late medieval, getting ready to go to Renaissance. This is good for her. She'll be going for guild soon. She really has nowhere else to go. So that's good for her. Darius has guilds, but is lacking the entire top of the classical era tree. And Code of Laws, for some reason. So Justinian is about the same place as Kathy. They're both just finishing up the medieval, getting ready to enter the Renaissance. He's ignoring naval tech, but otherwise it's not a big deal. Yeah, we can look at Beaker County after this too. Louis is actually doing pretty well in tech. He's he's a little bit behind the leaders, but he's not far off. Monty is further behind in tech. He can build maces, and he's going for engineering, but he's missing pretty much everything that's non-military. Roosevelt, let's see. He's actually doing decently. He's missing the whole top of the tree, but otherwise he's in good shape. And Saladin is all, yeah, so like our three tech leaders are Justinian, Catherine, and Saladin. They're all at about the same place. No one has really pulled ahead in tech yet. So Kathy's on 240, like 250 beakers, although she is running 20% espionage this turn, so that's probably not permanent. Darius is on, Darius is falling behind, only 110. Justinian, 219, so a little bit behind Kathy. Louis, falling behind. Monty really falling behind at 105. Roosevelt also falling behind. Yeah, so Saladin and Kathy seem to be in the best shape. He's also running 20% espionage just because, for kicks, I guess. All right. 150 turns. How many more will we get to? You know, the tech pace has been pretty slow in this game. We've had in other games on turn 150, like the Taj Mahal had already been built, and like Constitution was being researched, so we're definitely behind that pace. So that war in the east, again, looks like a stalemate. Probably really is the war between Darius and Justinian that still has the most going on. At least until Kathy goes back to war again, which she will, because... Oh, okay. That's... okay. So, Louis makes peace with Darius. Saladin declares on Louis. Will Marseille finally fall here? Maybe Louis is first to die. We shall see, because he's at war with Monty and Saladin right now. Interesting. So that whole AP sequence is finally... seems to be playing itself out. Most of the people who are forced to declare war on Darius have gotten peace. Alright, so Monty makes peace as well. Oh, and I didn't upgrade the war tally, did I? I don't think I did. There you go. Thank you. You guys said. Okay, just got it. Alright, so now who's actually at war? So Saladin and Louis are still at war, and Darius and Monty are still at war. Oh, and Darius and Justinian are still at war. So, alright. So, the war ongoing with Darius. Here comes a new stack with Trebs from Justinian. And then this war here. Saladin might be able to make gains because Louis has to be pretty exhausted. He's been in one war or another for a long time. Alright. Just keep an eye on Marseille here. Alright, there goes the defenses. Wait, did Monty... where is he going? Oh, he's at... oh, so now that Monty... okay, so now that Monty is at peace with Louis, Monty immediately begins marching his stacks over to go attack poor Darius. So Monty's now headed off to... these units are now headed off to go fight Darius. Poor guy. Kathy seems to be in infrastructure at the moment. For the most part. As she researches Divine Right for no apparent reason. Boy, the AIs all love Divine Right. One of the most useless techs in the game, but they love it. Alright, so Saladin takes Marseille. The city that stood forever has finally fallen. And Saladin has enough culture that he can probably hold that city. So that's actually noteworthy. If Saladin could absorb some territory from France, he'd be in a good position in this game. I note that the 3 civs that founded religions, major religions, I should say, are 1, 2, 3 right now in score. Justinian going for his 4th religion, yep. He really has a high preference on religion, just can't stay away from them. Cathy randomly has a horse archer running around. What's going on in Darius's territory? So his capital has been holding firm. Like, there's been some attacks against his... Here comes Monty now with another... It's like, here come the Aztecs. As they now research optics, probably because it's cheap. But, yeah, so Saladin's making some progress. Or at least he got 1 city. Justinian's offensive mostly seems to have stalled out here. Maybe not, though. I guess he still has some units, but there's enough defenders that I don't think that's necessarily going to be successful. It looks like Monty made peace, because he just turned around and walked away. Yeah. Alright, so Monty is actually not at war with anyone. We're down to just 2 wars. Darius against Justinian, and then the Louis-Saladin one. Then again, if Persepolis falls, that would be pretty bad for Darius. I don't know if he'll be able to hold this. We'll see. Meanwhile, over here, it looks like Saladin's putting together another stack. Oh, never mind. Here he is. Maybe he's attacking down here. Or Darius. He just did a big-time civic swap. Justinian, building religious wonders. So Roosevelt is actually building wealth in some of his cities. Cathy doesn't appear to be building up right now. She did plant a city here to be like a space filler. Still, Cathy is a pretty aggressive leader. She does not like Roosevelt, so we will see if she goes back to war. Probably just a matter of time. And it's not like the tech pace has been burning up in this game since there's been so much fighting. So, will Persepolis fall here? Pretty large armies on both sides. I don't know. I think there's a decent chance, though, that Justinian can take this. Because he does have a lot of catapults. Yep, there it goes. So catapult falling, or capital falling on the part of Darius, and that probably dooms him. Not a good sign for Darius, who, I'll just mention again, I have picked his first to die, so I'm pretty happy with that. Monty declares on Saladin. Okay. Monty just cannot stay out of a war, can he? Man, that guy's crazy. Okay. 11 wars. I hope you guys picked high on the war declaration counter. Justinian, by the way, will end up with like the world's most bizarre territory if he conquers all of Persia. He'll have like a vertical line running through the middle of the continent. So that's probably going to interrupt Saladin's war with Louis, because now he's got to deal with Aztec nonsense pouring in from the north. I don't expect that to see any cities fall, but it'll just mean that France gets a reprieve. Meanwhile, Cathy, she's building a good bit of military. Let's look at the power bar graph. We haven't done that in a little while. So there's Justinian. Saladin's been taking a beating. Darius has really been taking a beating. That was the loss of his capital there. He lost a big stack. Monty, though, has been doing so much fighting. He's pretty weak, too. Yeah, Cathy is on... yeah. We'll see. We'll see who gets Taj Mahal. That's a pretty nice wonder for the AIs. Because the AIs actually tend not to trigger that many golden ages, although they really should trigger more than they do. Here's Monty's stack. Justinian's completing shrines for all his minority religions. Is Justinian on the march again? I think he's still healing his units. That poor Saladin. He finally goes on the offensive and he immediately gets double teamed. But I think he's strong enough to hold this position. Just probably can't make any advances. Yeah, FDR can't ride to the rescue this time. Oh, poor Philadelphia. Crushed. Oh, it's being crushed in culture because this little city. So FDR did finally plant this city that everyone wanted him to plant, San Francisco, in a logical location for San Francisco on the west coast. Darius did found another city here, which will probably get taken away from him. And Justinian's on the march again. Justinian should just research guilds and get his cataphracts in play. They're such strong units. Kathy also looks like she may be building an attack stack up here. She's got a lot of units in production. She should research guilds as well. She's got a lot of horse archers, but obviously no knights because she needs guilds. Monty is putting this city, Najran, under siege. That would be good for Justinian. It would remove the cultural pressure on his cities. Over here, Marseille is not very well defended. Could be taken back again. Maybe. Nope, backed away. World map, no. Saladin's on military tradition, that's noteworthy. And Kathy's on guilds. Does Saladin have, does he have guilds for knights? Because military tradition in and of itself doesn't do that much. You need gunpowder. No, so Saladin doesn't have guilds and he doesn't have gunpowder. So that means military tradition in and of itself won't do that much because he can't build cuirassier without gunpowder and he can't build calves without rifling. Kathy is going for guilds now, which is smart for her. Yeah, vote yay. And Justinian's going for liberalism, so he will claim the can't talk. He will claim the liberalism prize as well. Meanwhile, so Saladin, did he build Taj Mahal or did he just trigger a golden age? Looks like he just triggered a golden age. Because we would have gotten the Taj Mahal message if he had built it. Wait, the AI loves to build those horse archers, don't they? Well, they'll all get upgraded to knights in queue for Kathy. Because she's about to research guilds in between turns. Yeah, see, they just got upgraded into knights in the queue. Something that our players often do in our multiplayer games. So Roosevelt's still at peace, but instead of building units, he's building wealth. That's good for his teching, but it's not good, and he's researching banking. Again, this is all nice for teching, but it's not going to do much to save him if Kathy comes calling with a big stack of knights and trebuchets. Most of the action appears to be going on in Arabian and I guess in Persian territory. Where's Justinian? Okay, yeah, so Justinian's got this city, Pasargadae, under siege. Darius does have knights. Justinian does not have cataphracts yet, but he's about to clean up the liberalism prize, so that's a plus for him. We'll see what tech he takes. Maybe he'll take guilds with it. That would be smart. Saladin does have nationalism, correct. He has not switched over to drafting. Oh, wow. Didn't expect that to happen. So the Monty claims a city that he can't hold on to because it's surrounded by enemy culture. And Justinian says, thank you. Now my cities are not crushed by Saladin's culture up here. Monty is just such a wild card. Like, Monty is really falling behind in tech now. And Kathy's on military tradition, but she needs gunpowder for that to be worth anything. Let's look at what Justinian picked up with liberalism, shall we? He picked up astronomy, which they often claim because it's the most expensive tech. It's a smart one to get because you don't get prereq bonuses when researching that, which makes it even more expensive. Kathy, wait, she has gunpowder? Is that right? I didn't think she did. Let me check. No, she doesn't have gunpowder, so she won't be able to build cuirassier. That's big for her by building that shrine. She gets a big infusion of cash now. But while all this is going on, this endless warring, Justinian is slowly killing Darius, and no one seems to be stopping him. So there goes another city. Like, Darius is dying here, slowly. And he certainly should not stop. He should just keep this going until he takes all of those cities. So Kathy goes to theocracy. Interesting. That can signal the AI is thinking about going to war again. Yeah, and Justinian can build up observatories too. He really should go for guilds, which he hasn't done. Yeah, see this city? This city is not going to stay in Aztec hands. It's going to... someone's going to end up holding on to this spot. But it won't be him because there's no culture of the Aztecs anywhere close by. It basically just is trolling Saladin at this point. Is Saladin going for the Taj? And Louis still at war with him too. Where? Yes, he is. You're right. All right, there we go. So there it is. Kathy has returned to war with Roosevelt, as we all expected, and now she'll have knights in play. All right. We're getting a lot of wars. I thought 17 would not be too high, but it looks like it might be too low now. We'll see. There's always a chance that Justinian could decide to sign peace for no reason and someone else ends up dying. You never know. So, a lot of shuffling around. Let's look at the relative power scores. It's not culture. If I can click on it. So Justinian and Kathy are way ahead. Darius looks like he's on his way out. Kathy is a lot more power than Roosevelt too. And she's about to get military tradition, so if she researches gunpowder... Excuse me, if she gets gunpowder and builds Cuirassier just rip through longbows like crazy. I guess Saladin's holding his territory because... Oh, look at this. This city actually had a revolt to France. Yeah, Cuirassier just destroy longbows. Also, this city, Pasargadae, it might end up being gifted over to Kathy, potentially, because it's so crushed by Russian culture. Well, I guess it's not that much. There's not that much Russian culture there. Oh, and this city was just taken too, as a whole bunch of civic changes take place. Oh, you know what? It's not popping up because I don't think it was on. I don't think we had refreshed the map since that was founded. But it was just taken. So Darius, the walls are closing in here. Only 4 cities left, and we're going to have this most bizarre Byzantine Empire when this is done. Kathy better get a conquering if she's going to keep pace with Darius. As Monty continues to troll. I'm sorry, I should have kept that open longer so you could see the angry Montezuma. My bad. So Louis makes peace. Oh, look at this. Louis got Marseille back in the peace treaty. So that's not good for Saladin. I don't know why he gave that back. And here comes Monty off to attack more. I doubt Najran will be able to hold very long now that Monty is only fighting Saladin. And meanwhile, the march continues down here as Justinian continues his conquest. Kathy, I don't see a big stack for Kathy. Did he build a Taj Mahal? No, he didn't. It looks like just a random golden age. I'm not sure who's going to get Taj. It's some tight competition for it. So Kathy is researching gunpowder, which will upgrade all of her knights to Cuirassier. That's what she needs to do. She also needs to get her stack focused. I think that's her main stack right there. Looks like she's going for Washington, the capital. And she does have 6 cats and 6 trebs, so that's pretty good for taking down defenses. I think Chichen Itza is in that city too. Ah, did I get this right? Yeah. Because like where Chichen Itza is located is kind of important. Where is it? Oh, it's in New York. Never mind. Chichen Itza's in this city. Chicken pizza. Yeah, apparently Justinian is just going to skip Cataphracts and go straight to Cuirassier, so not even use his unique unit. He really should have gone for guilds earlier. Or maybe he's making a statement. He's just saying, I don't even need Cataphracts. I can just do this on my own. So where's his main? All right, he appears to be going for Ecbatana right now. Oh my God, he has 11 trebs in this stack. Jeez, okay. No wonder he can take out the defenses so fast. Kathy, as I mentioned, had six cats and 6 trebuchets. So we're probably going to see both of these cities fall pretty quickly as the game's 2 leaders just keep doing their thing. Keep turning her down just to... Ooh, Louis not happy. Yeah, even she's dropped it from 125% down to 62% in just 2 turns. Oh, and who didn't see that coming? So that city gets taken back. Saladin builds Taj, so that's his 2nd Golden Age in a short period of time. And Saladin makes peace with Monty after all that. Okay. So yeah, Monty is just like sitting there waiting to be snapped up by someone. He's in a very weak position. Alright, so Ekbatan is probably going to get captured either this turn or next turn. Keep building that apothecary. That'll definitely save you, man. Alright, so he took out all the defenses. Now he'll attack this turn. I don't know why Kathy built Versailles. She is similarly going to take out this city here, Washington. Just needs another turn or 2 to get the defenses down. Alright, so there goes yet another Persian city. And there's another force already heading on. With the 11 Trebs are continuing on straight towards Gordium. Yeah, I don't think this is going to end well for Darius. This looks like he's on his way out. So now we'll go up here. Kathy, I see some of her cuirassier already on the march. So there, she just takes the American capital. We'll see where she heads next. I do think she will get all of this territory eventually. Sorry, Louis. It's not happening. Yeah, it looks like my prediction for Darius is going to come to pass. Of course, I thought when I made the prediction that Kathy would be the one taking out Darius, not Justinian. I thought Justinian would kill Monty, would be his first victim. Like, those two still don't like each other very much, if I remember. How does he feel? Oh, actually, never mind. He's actually good friends with Monty. He's pleased. Oh, because they have the same religion. Okay. Brothers and... Geez, look at those shared religious bonuses for Justinian. +8 with Louis, +7 with Monty, +8 with Saladin. Doesn't like Kathy that much, doesn't like... Yeah, he just basically doesn't like anyone who lacks his religion. But we will probably see some people shifting over to free religion down the road. And that'll shuffle that around a little bit. So this city's going to fall, because it's down to just 4%. Kathy seems to be on the march. I guess she's healing some of these units. But she's still got enough... Oh yeah, now that she's got all these cuirassier, like she could easily take Atlanta just by attacking. There's 2 longbows, a war elephant, a mace, and catapults. Like a half dozen cuirassier could cut right through that. No problem. Justinian's like off the charts now in power. Monty can declare it pleased. That's right. Justinian, I believe... I don't know if Justinian can declare it pleased. I think he does not declare it pleased. I went back and checked that before this, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't declare war it pleased. Look at this. Darius just founded this city. It's like, quick, cram in more cities in the tundra. That will save us. Surely that will be the key to surviving. More cities in the tundra. He cannot. Okay, thanks for confirming. So randomly, Boston appears to be the next target. I have no idea why. The AI sometimes just goes for cities in the most bizarre order. So Kathy's doing a good job with her conquest, but Justinian's done even better with his conquest. Gordium knot is cut, indeed. Sorry, Ban. You got AP Apostolic Palace cheesed. Yeah, got cheesed pretty badly. Alright, so there's, what, 5 trebs here? That's enough to take down the defenses pretty quickly. I still don't know why you would go for that city and not New York, or maybe go for these 2 on the coast, but whatever. AI does its thing. That's AI being AI. Did Justinian finally get guilds? Ooh, good question. I don't think he did, because he's still building war elephants. Let's just look real quickly. He's been avoiding that like the plague. No, he did. He did. Okay, but he's still missing gunpowder. So he can build cuirassier. Let's see if he's building any. Or cataphracts. Oh, Monty piling in with a... Okay, whatever. He's just vulturing in on the corpse of a dead Civ now. This basically does nothing other than tick up our war counter. I wonder if Justinian pulled him into the war. Those two are buds now. All the Christian leaders are good buds, which could create long-term diplomatic problems for Kathy, because she's in a religion that no one else in the game practices. We'll see, though. For the moment, it's Darius absorbing all of the punishment. Saladin is also in long-term trouble because he also has a religion that no one else is practicing. Yeah, I think we're going to end up around 20 now. So here comes the cataphracts. If we were waiting for them, here they come. Belatedly, but now they're on the scene. I wonder if Monty can vulture a city down here. That would be pretty funny. Kathy is still working on Boston. She needs to get New York. That would remove a lot of the defenses from these cities via Chichen Itza. Anyway, keep watching down here because Tarsus, I think, is about to fall. Alright, wow, yeah, Monty did it. He vultured a city there. The Monty Elephant next to San Francisco. Oh, and Kathy signed peace with... That's weird. So she got a city in the peace treaty. That's probably why she signed it. She got San Francisco in the deal. But I think she could have just continued and gotten the kill. Well, in any case, so they're at peace now. Kathy's like been chipping away, taking a little bit more territory each time. But she still hasn't finished them off yet. Like, they don't like each other. You voted against us. Interesting. I wonder what that was in. So anyway, yeah, that was weird. Did Justinian... Oh, it was probably auto-raised. That's right. So Justinian raised it, but it wasn't his call. Size 1 cities are always auto-raised. The conditions for auto-raising is a city has to have reached size 2. If it has never reached size 2, it gets auto-raised. So yeah, that's the explanation there. Okay, so this looks like it's about to come to a close. Darius, we hardly knew ye. Like we said, you were AP cheesed in this game. Alright, there we go. What is it, turn 194? So now we'll have to deal with the post-Darius world. Turn 194. Let me just get the screenshot. There we go. Persia has been destroyed. Alright, so Darius, first to die. First eliminated. Yay, I called it correctly for the first time. Darius wasn't that popular of a pick for first to die. Let's see how many picked him. Picked that. We had 15 people pick out of 100. How many entries did we have? We had 100 something entries. We had 120 entries and 15 picked that. So what is that? 15 over 120. We had 1/8, 12% of the people picked it. All right, and then in the contest, Darius dies first. I do not think he will be the only one to die in this game. I expect more casualties because we are not close to the finish. Justinian claims the kill, and he was eliminated on turn 194. Game 4, turn 194. Okay. All right. And now we get to deal with the diplomatic fallout of the post-Darius world, because Darius has been a punching bag for some time now. Is Kathy's stack stuck? I believe it is. Yeah, this stack is stuck here. Because Roosevelt is not going to sign open borders with Kathy. There's no way that's going to happen. All right, so the world's actually completely at peace now, for the first time in a very long time. So Kathy and and Roosevelt hate each other. Kathy also does not like Justinian, which is kind of interesting. Saladin apparently hates everyone, so he's in some trouble. Kathy actually likes Louis, Monty, and Saladin, probably for, it looks like shared civics is boosting them. Because her favorite civic is hereditary rule, yeah. Meanwhile, Justinian does not like Kathy, doesn't like Saladin. He will not declare on the other three. Louis can declare it pleased. He really dislikes Saladin. All right, so Saladin is probably in the most trouble right now. Because he is not popular with everyone else in this game. Also, I do not know why Montezuma randomly has a war elephant walking around here. He's probably just scouting. The AI does set him... no, it was on AI attack mission. Okay, that makes no sense. Yeah, could just be scouting. Any chance for last AP cheese? I don't think so. I think Kathy now has Christianity in... Yeah, she has Christianity in some of her cities now. Justinian has very widely spread this. But there's no Christianity in any Islamic cities, though. So he could AP cheese Saladin. Yeah, Kathy is quite aggressive. I would expect her to go to war with someone. And yes, we should reveal the map so we get all the cities that have changed hands recently. Justinian finally picks up gunpowder. Look at that. He delayed that a long time. Okay. There we go. Yeah, Saladin could get cheese. No, Saladin, he is not going to change. Kathy might down the road, but Saladin is not going to swap out of his religion. He's one of the most religious AIs in the game. By the way, just look at that mini-map. Our territory map looks completely bizarre. We've got this... Go to culture. We've got this... it's too blurry to see. But we've got this, like, just this Byzantine territory running down the center of the map. And then a Russian blob in the west. And then, like, over here, this Byzantine city is now cut off the rest of the Aztec territory. So... Justinian seems to be working on a whole bunch of intelligence agencies at the moment. Alright, so there we go. We're now at -6 with Kathy from her demands. Her endless demands. Justinian could get another city or two up here, too. He definitely should go grab this silver resource. That would make sense. But yeah, otherwise we're peaceful for the moment. Let's see if anyone looks like they're building up for war. Justinian does not appear to be at the moment. Oh, he got a revolt here in this city. If he gets another one, it'll flip to Russia. That's kind of interesting. Kathy would certainly love another city over there. It's weird that Justinian dislikes Saladin so much, and yet at the same time, he has open borders with Justinian. Like, that's kind of weird. So Kathy goes to uni-suffrage emancipation. Mercantilism. She's still stuck with her state religion, though. Big-time civic swap. Poor Washington. There's that big stack stuck there. And FDR is frantically building universities in his cities. Yeah, it seems like that's going to work. And researching economics. By the time the next war takes place, there's going to be rifles and calves on the field, and he's going to be in an even worse position. All right, so as you guys requested... All right. Well, can't say I was expecting that. I was just about to say, oh, let's turn 200, let's do an overview. It's like, no, another war. More wars. More blood for the blood god. So Louis goes to war. I don't understand why he would do that, other than the fact that Saladin's very unpopular. So it looks like this is his attack against Phrygian. Okay. Can we get industrial music? Sure. We're still kind of in the medieval era here, though. Let's wait until someone gets a little bit further on the tech tree. Yeah, Kathy was just in revolt. She wasn't doing like a swap to cultural victory or anything like that. She was just revolting and doing the thing where the AI randomly stars its cities for no reason. She is not currently plotting for war. She's building a lot of infrastructure right now. Meanwhile, we do have a war over here, though. There's the... Oh, if you guys ever want to see the camel archers, which we don't get to see that often. Arabia not that popular in multiplayer. There's a French knight, too. Get the French knight against the camel archers. Alright. Kathy revolting. Yeah, I know, right? So the Observer Civ has finished researching something. So we'll get right to work on gunpowder.
All things appear fair.
So this city was captured, though. So Louis, like, this war wasn't totally useless. He did pick up a city. Now, whether he's going to lose a city... What's the power bar graph between these two? Alright, they're basically even. Justinian's way ahead of everyone. Like, way ahead of everyone. He's certainly the favorite to win at this point. I mean, he's got the most territory. He's in good shape economically. He's got a lot of allies in this game. So, looking good there. In GMP, he's also first. Kathy's second. It's not a surprise. He's first in production, although Kathy's not that far behind. He's first in food. Yeah, I mean, it's about what you'd expect here. Saladin is probably... Either Saladin or Roosevelt is probably the next one to go in this game. It just depends on how things shake out. Saladin is... Basically, Saladin will go when Justinian decides he wants to kill him, which I expect to happen at some point. When that will be, who knows? But I expect he will make that decision at some point. And Roosevelt will go when Kathy decides she wants him out of the game, which also is almost certain to happen at some point. Oh, look at that, building an archer. Wait, how is it even possible? Okay, now that's a big development. Justinian signs defensive pact with Roosevelt. Okay, Kathy, you might want to be careful about your aggression. Just keep that in mind. Sure, look at the beakers. Kathy's at 600 beakers per turn. So Kathy and Justinian are just about the same research rate. 600, 600. Louis is at 500. Geez, he's doing better than I thought. Monty is 260. Roosevelt 287. Saladin 362. Yeah, so Roosevelt and Monty are behind. The reaction in the chat. Now remember, Kathy has not actually declared war on Roosevelt. Just saying it might not be a good idea for her to do so. I think she's building Statue of Liberty. She's not currently plotting war. Now here's something interesting. Saladin is building Statue of Liberty. That would be a huge prize if someone could claim it. And there is still a war between France and Arabia. They're the only two at war right now. I'm not quite sure how or why Monty is still alive in this game. That would be a bigger wonder if the AI knew how to use it, which they do not. AI doesn't know how to use Kremlin. I'm still not really sure how he's alive in this game. Like, he's actually cautious with Roosevelt. He's at +8 with Roosevelt, and he's only cautious. That's how far apart their peace weight is. Anyway, France seems to be getting the better of this war. But not much is likely to happen in terms of the big picture game until, yeah, -9 with Kathy. Yeah, Justin hates Kathy. Yep. Well, it looks like we might have a clash between our two leaders at some point. Wait, I thought he was already at war with Saladin. Oh no, it was Louis who was at war with Saladin. Okay. Well, I think we know who's next to go. Now we're at 15 wars. Going to make us all look foolish on the war declaration counter. So he was probably pulled into this war, or maybe not. Maybe he just decided he wanted to join this. So who goes next? Saladin, FDR, Kathy with a supremely ill-timed war declaration? Well, tune in next time to find out. No. Kathy needed Sal to go after Justinian at the same time. We shall see. Here's Saladin's stack right here. He's going after this city, Cherokee. Louis has musketeers, though, so that seems unlikely to do too much. A lot of crossbows, though. Like, a lot of crossbows. And by the way, the tech pace in this game is very slow. I think this is going to be one of those, like, no one wins until turn 370 or something games. Is Monty going to conquer that city? He pretty much took out the defenses. How about Justinian? Is he building units? Not at the moment. He seems to be working on his infrastructure. How about Kathy? She seems to be in infrastructure mode too. So our big game leaders are mostly teching to get further ahead, while our other civs are fighting it out. Saladin is on replaceable parts though. Yeah, so that attack on Cherokee failed, the former Barb City. This might succeed though, as Montezuma conquers Arabia from the opposite direction or something. Yep. I don't know why he's getting cities down here, but he is. Yeah, I agree. Justinian could probably attack to space peacefully in 100 turns, but I don't expect him to do that. Alright, Saladin taking Statue of Liberty is pretty noteworthy, because someone's going to take this away from him, and it's going to be a huge prize for whoever gets it. Denying Kathy open borders doesn't make her angry because it's a trade, not a demand? Okay. Maybe we should just accept it then, so she'll stop spamming us with those. Monty is definitely being a troll in this game. So Saladin is almost to rifling, although Justinian now also seems to be going for rifling after delaying for a little while. So we'll see. Saladin might be able to hold this for a little while. I think long term his goose is cooked though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 7 cities right now. He also seems pretty unhappy. Make sure to pause after saying no to Monty's next war request. Yeah, he'll definitely send another one. Here comes a French stack against Damascus. That city's pretty well defended. I don't think that's going to fall, at least not anytime soon. How close is Kathy to Cossacks? Pretty close. She's got Cuirassier. Let's just look real quick. It's a good question. She needs replaceable parts and rifling. That's what she needs. She's doing a little bit more build-up right now. I wonder if she will be foolish enough as to declare war on Roosevelt while that defensive pact's in place. Remember, the defensive pact doesn't last forever. I think it lasts for 20 turns. So it is possible that this could wear off. We'll see. People are burning a car outside your apartment. Jeez. That sounds pretty serious. Kathy, no, don't get communism. I mean, it's Russia, right? They have to go for it. Okay, the little globe thing is spinning a lot. Does that mean that there's a war somewhere? It tends to do this when there's like a lot of units moving. Don't crash on me now. Okay, so... well, you guys got it. Justinian declared war on... this wasn't even... So, wait, this wasn't even a... oh, here it is. This wasn't even a defensive pact. That was just Justinian straight up declaring war on Kathy. Ooh. Okay. Well, never mind then. Alright, so we have our game's top 2 leaders going at it, but I think Justinian's a lot stronger. Yep, Justinian is a lot stronger. I'm going to get basically no points this game. Let's just see what they have. So Kathy does not have Cavs or Cossacks yet. Justinian does have Cavs. That's that makes a difference, or at least he will once he upgrades. It looks like he hasn't really done much upgrading yet. Okay, random.org predictions from now on. I think it's more fun when you actually do the predictions as opposed to just throwing up your hands and saying it's impossible. But obviously it's up to you, however you want to come up with your predictions. So Saladin is like slowly getting eaten here. Meanwhile, Justinian, yeah, he's well, he's got a lot of units. I think that's the main thing to say. He's got a lot of units. Also, what's this? Are these Roosevelt units on the march? Did we just see a AP cheese? Or maybe Roosevelt just actually wanted to go to war with Saladin. Who knows? All right, well, how many wars are we up to? We're already up to 17? Well, that was my pick. Maybe I should have gone higher. Apparently, I should have gone higher. So I still don't see cabs on the... All right, so I'm just starting to see the first Byzantine cabs appearing. Yeah, Saladin... So this is basically the non-Christian civs are starting to get torn apart. Like, that's basically what we're seeing here. Religion is certainly playing a big role, and Justinian's really using it to his benefit. Where's Monty? Is he still running around? He's got it. I don't see any Aztec stacks. Oh, here we go. This city is the one he's attacking. And it looks like he's going to get it, too. If he pulls those cuirassiers over here. All right, he did not. Maybe Roosevelt's going to capture that city. Over here, there's a lot of... Wow, okay, so this is the main stack for Justinian. He has 19 trebuchets in this stack. Just goes right through... when you have 19 trebuchets, it's like it doesn't matter if the enemy city has walls. They're just going down really fast. So there goes Yekaterinburg. I don't think Cathy can stand up to this offensive. Justinian's just too strong. The question is whether he'll continue and get enough territory for domination. It's hard to say because he probably won't turn on his Christian buddies. Remember, Justinian doesn't declare war at pleased, and geez, look at his relationship with these others. Of course, the flip side is Justinian doesn't have to declare war. One of these other guys could declare war on him. Like, Monty's insane. He could declare war on Justinian. He's only cautious with Justinian. So, anyway, that's getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah, getting revenge on Cathy for last season, that's true. Cathy overran Justinian last season. Cathy should not be researching physics. She should definitely be researching... Wait, did I just agree to that? I meant to say no. Okay. I did say no. I thought. Oh, Saladin's definitely next on the chopping block, that's for sure. Saladin's in the process of collapsing right now. It's just happening at a slower rate. Stop skipping Angry Monty. Like, Najran's under assault from two sides. Damascus is under assault from two sides. Saladin's definitely in the process of collapsing here. So, like, Damascus just got taken. Gotta get those airships, I know, right? So, it looks like Washington was... Oh, Washington was, I think, captured... Wait, is Cathy at war with Washington or Roosevelt? I don't think she is. No, so what happened there was the city was captured by Justinian and then gifted back to Roosevelt. That's how that played out. Saladin has rifles. I don't think it's going to be enough to save him, though. Oh, this city got retaken, too. Gaul got recaptured. So it's a temporary victory for Cathy. But Yekaterinburg was still taken in. Gaul's going to get retaken back by Justinian. Just has too many units. And Roosevelt took this city. Roosevelt to finish ahead of Cathy. I know, right? It looks like it's going to happen. So Saladin may be the next one to go. He only has 5 cities left. And he's like being captured, pulled apart by the 3 weak civs, right? So like there's 2 strong civs and 3 weak civs, and like the 3 weak civs, Roosevelt, Monty, and Louis are like slowly cutting him apart. I did not see that happening, let me tell you. Even though Saladin has probably played a better game than like Montezuma or Roosevelt, they look like they're going to be the next ones to go. And Cathy has certainly played a better game than some of these other ones, but she ended up on the wrong side of diplomacy. Justin Trudeau has heard the cries of his American brethren, has moved in to remove the Russian regime in Washington. So, yeah, he's unhappy. Oh. So Saladin got that one back. It's kind of bizarre that Monty has these cities down here at all. Justinian picked up steel? Yeah, that's noteworthy. And it looks like Cathy's going for rifling, belatedly. But Justinian's going for artillery, so... yeah, artillery would tear apart anything up here pretty good. Hi, Sir System Error. You're in the middle of a game that's been very bloody so far. Assist us in... No, we're not joining you. The evil Byzantine. So we're up -8 now with Kathy, the Observer Civ. No, Byzantium's not close to tanks. But Byzantium is fairly close to assembly line, which would give factories and infantry, and that would make a big difference. And meanwhile, all these weaker civs are fighting with elephants and catapults against rifles in Arabia. But like the sheer quantity of units is enough to like drag down Saladin. And Kathy is continuing to disintegrate over here. It's starting to get ugly in Russia. Yeah, the AP has just made this game crazy. Justinian has used it to enact his agenda. Don't look now, but Kathy's territory is... She's like... What? She still has her core, but like she's lost everything out of that. Actually, she's lost the northern part of her core cities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cities, and then these 2 up here, which are cut off now and do not seem to be long for this world. And then meanwhile, there's still just a bloodbath going on in Arabia. Just total chaos over here. Yeah, FDR will get some cities via culture flip. That seems very likely. Like, this is just a sitting duck here, Philadelphia. See if this city comes under assault. Yep. If not this turn, then in another turn or two. So Kathy did get rifling. She just made it there, so that will staunch the bleeding a little bit, but it's too late. She needed to get there a lot sooner. Yeah, this city is, yeah, I mean, like, these longbows and maces cannot possibly stand up to cavalry. They should just attack and the city will fall immediately. Or at least there goes the cultural defenses. Is he building with artillery and airships on the scene, cities just don't last very long. It looks like the focus from well, actually, it looks like all of the cities are getting attacked simultaneously over here in Arabia, because Roosevelt's attacking Medina, Monty's attacking Mecca, and Louis is attacking Basra. So, like, these cities are all under attack right now. There goes Philadelphia. It will probably be gifted back to America. Alright, so you guys said we should just accept this to get her stop making demands. Here's the artillery. Artillery, if you, like, rifles really can't stand up to artillery. 18 attack with City Raider promotions. Obviously, artillery can't kill anything, but it sure can destroy the defenders with the collateral damage. Alright, so Mecca did not fall, but Saladin lost more units, obviously, in the bloodletting. And Roosevelt looks like he's going to take Medina once he gets the defenses down. Saladin just can't fight off this many attackers at once. Yeah, if Monty gets the Statue of Liberty, that would be pretty funny. Because the Statue of Liberty is there in Mecca. So Kathy, she has reached her Cossacks. If you're curious about what they look like, here's one of them. Zoom down from above with that sweet hat. Can we see the power bar graphs? Absolutely. It's past time for us to look at them. Okay, well, here's what you need to know. Justinian is destroying everyone, and Kathy is now as weak as Montezuma and Roosevelt. And also Louis has apparently been getting a lot stronger, too. If Monty survives while Kathy dies, that would be comical. It would be comical, yeah. So that's how bad things are for Kathy. It's like, well, yeah, pretty much. This is not going to end well. Not with Justinian researching railroads and having artillery pieces to throw around that can just destroy defenses, and yeah. I don't know why San Francisco is still standing, but it won't be for much longer. Over here, Basra has survived another attack. Saladin is still teching pretty well, but yeah, he's losing cities, and it's just a matter of time, really. The true north, strong and free. I like this notion that Byzantium has now become Canada. Oh, here we go. All right. So this is what you guys requested, right? We say no. He doesn't really look that angry. Oh, there it goes. Okay. It was delayed. Now we're back to being friends again. It's Pakal who does the big angry thing, more so than Monty. Yeah, this city is toast. So Justinian could win by domination easily. The question is, will he be willing to do that? Somewhat less likely because he doesn't declare war at pleased, and he has good relations with a lot of the other AIs in this game. But, I mean, with Monty in the game, you never know. He can always just do totally insane stuff. The North remembers. Yeah, too much Christian love, exactly. The fact that they're all sharing the Christian faith. But, I mean, that's not guaranteed, right? Like, they could drop... One of these guys could go free religion. Like, Roosevelt is very likely to go to free religion at some point. Monty could just do something absurd, as he often does. I mean, it's Monty. Expecting him to stay peaceful is not realistic. Yeah, I agree. It's probably time to swap to industrial music. And France actually ended up getting Mecca, which is big because the Statue of Liberty's in there. Like, that's a major wonder. All right. You guys want industrial era music? All right, technologies. Just grab an industrial era tech. Communism, sure. I bet on Kathy and Louis. What are the odds? Oh yeah, and the holy city for Islam is worth a lot too, because of the shrine in there. Islam's been very widely spread. He does not like that. He's the worst enemy of a lot of people now. So now that that little pocket of Russian territory has been cleaned up, we'll see if Justinian starts pushing further into the Russian core. Smolensk would seem to be the logical next target. Nope, there it is. They're going for Moscow instead. Here they come. Meanwhile, the forces are closing in on Saladin from the remaining sides. He has, what, 5 cities left? Being attacked on every side. France might get second, yeah. I can see it. France's position is not bad. At this point, I could see any of the other civs getting second who are not Cathy or Saladin, just depending on what Roosevelt does. Or not Roosevelt, what Justinian decides to do. A lot depends on how he chooses to play the game, since he's so far ahead. So that attack didn't work, but it did weaken the defenders in Medina pretty severely. I guess partly also depends on how much Louis manages to clean up here. Like, if he gets most of the spoils from Arabia, that would certainly put him in a better position. Oh, look at this. Can you guys see this? There's 62 calves on this tile and 40 riflemen. So, yeah, that's a fun sign, along with, like, 3 or 4 artillery pieces. Even Monty, yeah. I mean, it's not impossible, although it's unlikely. So all 60% of the defenses just got taken out in one turn. It's like, there's 62 calves and 40 rifles. I don't, like, remember, Justinian's off the charts. So Roosevelt makes peace with Saladin, so he won't get any more spoils there. But France and Azteca are still at war. Here comes the newest Aztec stack. For whatever reason, Monty keeps attacking from, like, the southeast corner. I guess he keeps going around Byzantine territory and then coming up from the other side. Yeah, the only thing that can stop that is a nuclear strike. So I don't know why the AI builds tanks, anti-tanks. They seem to love going for them. Justinian is on assembly line now, though, which means he'll be able to have factories and have that much more production. All right, so there goes the capital of Russia, and Smolensk doesn't look like it's in much better shape. That's about to fall too. So yeah, Cathy is collapsing. She just came up against a stronger leader. I don't think she even played that bad of a game. She needed to take out Roosevelt faster, and she needed to avoid, you know, the thing that killed her was founding her own religion. It was like literally a poison pill for her, was getting her own religion. These offenses are like slowly grinding on down here, although Baghdad might fall between turns. Just got hit with a cannon with collateral damage though. Yeah, that main stack of Justinians is basically invincible at this point. No one can stop that many calves. He's got to have well over 100 calves running around. So yeah, there's not that much left of Russia, surprisingly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cities left. A surprising early exit for Catherine in this competition. She could end up being. She's probably going to be second to die because I think Saladin's going to survive longer than she is at this point. Turn 250. Where's that monster stack going? Here it is. Oh, never mind. No, there it is. It already took St. Petersburg. Went even faster than I thought. Yeah, like one of the biggest things in this game is I thought that Monty would found his own religion, Justinian would found his own religion, and they would duke it out, and like that would slow down Justinian, while Cathy would take over Darius and then take over Roosevelt, or Roosevelt then Darius. Like she would take out one then the other, but instead those two managed to make peace, and instead of Cathy taking out Darius, it was Justinian who took out Darius. Saladin's filled with purple dots because of all the French units in his territory. Yeah, so like the game just played out in a different way. The wild card is the people who didn't make it to the playoffs but were not actually killed get dumped into the wild card game, and they get like a last chance to make it into the playoffs. Yeah, well, so the thing is, I did play in a Civ4 multiplayer game last year. It was an industrial era pit boss game called Pit Boss 33, and it was a really awesome game that I would love to do a write-up on. But like it's just due to time, I can't always. I only have so much time to work on things, right? And putting together another pit boss history of like a really long and detailed game, I just couldn't find the time to do that one. It was an amazing game. It was so much fun. Spoiler alert: I didn't win that game. I was on a team with Scooter. We didn't win, but we played. We had a really great time, and we basically like tied for second. Such a great game. So back and forth between Rem and Draylin and our team. It's very worthy of someone doing a big write-up on it. I have not had the time. So Saladin is still hanging in there, like he's barely clinging to life. I think France is the one putting the most pressure on him right now, but France has not managed to actually get a city. Meanwhile, the collapse of Russia continues. I think we played pretty well, but, Rem played better and had some things go his way in that game. Definitely had a few breaks go his way. The thing is, when you're playing against really good opponents, you're not going to win all the time. You got to expect that you're in a game with, like, you're one of 7 teams, and, like, everybody in that game was at least competent, and several of the other teams were really good. Like when you play against other really good teams, you're not going to win all the time. That's just life. This is not the days of. This is not 2008 when Civ4 was relatively new and Speaker and I could fight off 5 other teams at once because they didn't know what they were doing. The community gets better over time. Let's hold off on looking at diplomacy until after the current dying civs are gone. Let's put it that way. And then we'll take a quick stock of where things stand, because like Cathy's not going to last much longer. So like Novgorod falls. See, part of the reason why all these civs are running a state religion is they want to be in theocracy. No, not Cossack. Cossack has died in combat, not Cossack. The reason why you see that is eventually the great generals run out of names, and once that happens, it just appears as Great General, and if you attach that to a unit, it doesn't get renamed. Saladin, yeah, I don't know if Saladin's stable. I guess he's holding the line for right now, but his power is dropped by a lot. Oh, so the reason why it's zoomed in like this is we don't have the bar graphs for Justinian, who is off the charts. I mean, he is, I guess he's stabilizing for the time being. He will last for a while, but I don't think he can last forever, especially because Justinian will come in and start taking his territory too if no one else does. Bureaucracy, that'll help Cathy. Yeah, but like his 5 cities are holding for the time being. I don't know how, but they are. Isn't Monty at war with him too? Yeah, Monty's also at war with him, but... Anyway, here comes the next Doom stack. Now the rifles have been upgraded to infantry. And Justinian, so he just built the Apollo program. I think space is way more likely than domination at this point. That said, space is probably not going to happen anytime soon because Justinian is a long way away from launching. Oh, look at this. He's got destroyers. No barb galleys to deal with, but he does have destroyers. Hee. And they've taken out the defenses at Yakutsk. So there's only 2 cities left over there. All right, here's Louis. Louis's got a decent stack here. I don't know if it's strong enough to punch through. Probably not, actually. Justin, he learned his lesson after sparing Kathy in Season 1. He's not going to make the same mistake this time. Kathy is one of the very, very, very few leaders who has actually never been eliminated in both seasons of AI Survivor. She has been in a lot of games. I think this is her 6th game she's been in, but she's never actually been eliminated before. That is going to change. She is definitely going to be eliminated in this game. She's dropped all the way to last place, although she's still way ahead in teching compared to most of these other leaders. But she can't stop the pain train. It's left the station, and yeah, I mean, like, look at that stack. Also, Justinian just triggered another Golden Age. And Louis is doing something. I think he's getting ready to attack Basra. Or he's in the process of attacking Basra. Oh, and Monty took Baghdad back again. He had captured it, then he lost it, then he recaptured it. So Saladin's down to just 3 cities left, or 4 cities left, excuse me. Not much left in any case. So we're in the finishing stages of these 2 wars, and then we get... Yeah, we're down to just 3 games left, and like we haven't seen Mansa Musa, we haven't seen Zara. There's some very strong AIs we haven't seen yet. Zara's last minute defeat in the spin-off, yeah. He got take. It was funny that in the Survivor spin-off game, Temujin of Mongolia was like the big, strong Civ. He didn't actually win because it was a culture victory from Maya, but that was the one we did on like a real-world map. Yeah, this city is about to fall. Too many calves. There's 1 grenadier holding out in that city. 1 grenadier and a new camel archer. So Louis will capture that. Oh, there's... Okay, so Justinian gets even more promoted units. So that city will fall. Whenever Louis attacks. There it goes. Yaroslav will fall too. It's a race. Who can survive longer? I think Saladin is just barely going to survive longer. He still has 3 cities left. And the people attacking him are weaker. So Saladin stabilized for a little while, but ultimately not enough. Alright, here comes the infantry. I love how we have like the quiet New World Symphony playing in the background. And then meanwhile there's like these massive armies marching around the map, killing each other. All the culture from Medina has to be a huge pain in the rear for France and Azteca. So Kathy's probably the next one to fall. Remember, she has no defenses in this city. Yeah. So now the infantry will move in, and that'll be that. As the paratroopers fly in. Yeah, look at that. All those units with city. So the SAM infantry can't normally take city raider promotion. They're obviously upgraded from maces or something earlier. All right, and oh, by the way, there's a rifleman, 2 machine guns, and another rifleman, along with 4 workers, a caravel, and a workboat. Oh, you guys can't hear it? Maybe it's too soft. But anyway, that's it for Yakutsk. And we bid farewell to Kathy. Killed by Justinian, turned 267. Alright. Oh wait, actually no, I don't have to update the broadcast. Press F to pay respects to Kathy. Well said. Okay. Kathy in 6th place in this game. So Justinian gets another kill. second of the game, and Kathy eliminated turn 267. All right. We'll see how much longer Saladin can last. I don't expect it to last much longer. Yeah, you guys are like, oh my god, just look at Justinian's territory. Yeah, actually that's not a, there's too much culture on the map. Let's do the flying camera. That'll give us a better impression. Yeah, so he's got a lot of territory. If he were willing to declare war on some of these other AIs, he's not too far from domination. He's going to pick up a little bit more territory when Saladin falls too, because his borders are going to expand. Oh geez, yeah, look at this. He's at 50% land area. Not bad. He already has enough population, so he's close. He needs... If he captures any more territory, he's going to win by domination. Where is he? But he won't declare war on any of these AIs. The question is, would Monty be insane enough to declare war on him or on Roosevelt? Well, we'll see. Monty could definitely declare war. Louis won't. He's friendly with all these others. Also, we might see someone drop that shared religion soon, too. Prediction, Wang Khan wins the series. I guess it's possible. Wang Khan has not impressed me in past seasons of AI Survivor. For those who didn't see this last year, Wang Khan, who's the Korean leader, Wang Khan basically trolled everyone, so much so that we started calling him Troll Khan. He basically just was screwing around with other people. Alright, so this city is being bombarded down. The other two cities look okay for the moment. Alright, so yeah, a big wave of French cav riding up. And one cannon. Justinian adopts environmentalism. Okay, he is on industrialism. That's the tech that unlocks tanks, and he is so far ahead of everyone else in tech. Well, actually, Louis looks like he's not that far behind. He's on assembly line. I was going to say he's so far ahead of everyone, it's ridiculous, but Louis looks like he's actually not that far behind. Troll Khan, that's right. He was very impressive last year, just in a bad way. Spiritual Civ finishing Christo Redenter, not the most useful wonder for him. So we're just basically waiting out the turns until poor Saladin's gone. Alright, so Monty gets the city, interestingly enough. Now the borders will start to expand here, because like this city Polynesian is going to pop out borders. Yeah, that's going to get Justinian closer. It's not enough for him to win, but like I said, one more... He would only need a very small amount of territory to win by domination, because he's going to be around 53, 54%, and he only needs 60 to win by domination, so he's not far. But he needs more. He needs to take out one. He needs Monty to do something totally insane. Look at this city. Look at that, 56%. So he's 56%, he needs 62. He is close. Oh, uh-oh. Roosevelt just converted to Hinduism. Oh, come on, Justinian, you know you want to. Oh! Roosevelt cautious with Justinian. That was a mistake. And they've got a lot of border tension. Roosevelt Death Wish. Now, hold on. He has not actually declared war. He's just building tanks and machine guns. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Anyway, so we will see. We'll keep an eye on that. Great move, FDR. Yeah, great move. That may be one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in AI do. Although it could be worse. It could be Monty declaring on Justinian, which he could actually do. In the meantime, we'll keep an eye on the remaining campaign in Arabia. It's like there's fairly large stacks running in here, although not a lot in the way of one trebuchet, one cannon. I was going to say not a lot in the way of siege units. Blood for the blood gods. Yeah, so if that war that we're thinking about happens, then this is going to be an early finish, not a late finish as I was anticipating. Okay, where is it? There we go. As you guys requested. Oh, we've got a UN? Oh, or maybe he just wins via the UN. That could happen. He's going to be up against Louis. Where's Monty? So how do this? Wait, where's how people feel about Justin? Here's how people feel about him. So he won't get a vote from Saladin. He won't get a vote from Louis because Louis is his opponent. Monty will vote for Louis. All right, no, he's not going to win diplomatically. He'll be the Secretary General, but I don't think he can get a victory from the other. He needs someone else to vote for him. He can't vote himself the leader. Yeah, Monty will vote for Louis, so it won't be. I don't think it'll be enough. Interesting though that that's now in play too. Yeah, see, Monty voted for Louis. Roosevelt voted for Louis. Okay, so Justinian is the Secretary General, but he doesn't have enough votes to win. Not yet. Note the tanks casually walking around here. Louis likes me the least. He now hates the Observer Civ. Is that true? Did I screw that up? Oh, he's the least happy with the Observer Civ. Well, so that's because Louis makes a lot of demands. It's in his AI personality to make lots of demands, and he has made a lot of demands that we've said no to. Okay, so Monty cleans up another city down here. There's like these random tiny Aztec cities down here. 57%. Not far off. But like I said, he needs like a couple more cities. Actually, FDR, even if he gets attacked, FDR is not going to die because the game will be over before he can be killed. So I guess that's good news for FDR. Like, I don't think that he can get no, because the AI is not competent enough to kill all these cities. Unless Justinian just moved so fast he killed them all before domination triggered, but I don't think that would happen. Monty's a better vulture than fighter. Yeah. Apparently he's good at vulturing territory. Okay, so there's one city left. There's a couple cannons and trebs, and then a whole bunch of calves from both Aztecs and France. Hanging out here. Okay, non-nuclear weapons ban. Oh, actually, somebody attacked this city, so it's down to just a few defenders. Yeah, they took some damage. We'll see. So, I guess that means somebody doesn't have cannons or catapults or whatever to take out the defenses. Yeah, somebody keeps attacking. Wait, he's the worst enemy of Roosevelt. Okay. So it succeeded. No one trolled and abstained. Who voted yes? Justinian wanted to ban them and Louis. Monty, of course, wanted to keep nuclear weapons available because he's Monty, of course. Alright. Kufa will be falling in another turn or two. Still hanging in there. Justinian is now at 58%. His culture is strong enough that he's pushing around the borders, especially with Roosevelt. He's like one city away from winning by domination. Saladin's like, please, just let the game end. Save me. But I don't think he's going to be saved. There's a lot of units outside that city. There is a camel archer and a catapult still in here. And there we go. Justinian has declared war on Roosevelt. Alright, well, we won't be getting a long end to this game, and it looks like we're going to get domination. So that's one more war. Oh, I had 17 war decks. Why didn't I pick 18? Game, set, and match. Saladin, I think, is going to die by like one turn before this ends. 18 war decks. This is it for Saladin, right? Waiting. Alright, so Saladin did not make it through. Did the game just end because so many cities were captured? No. Alright. So, let's get that in. Louis got the kill, interestingly enough. Louis took it. Alright, so Saladin turned 286. Let's mark that in. Saladin. I think that's the first kill Louis gotten in any of these games. And Saladin turned 286. Game 4 turned 286. Okay. Alright, now let's look at the main front up here, and oh my god. A lot of tanks running around. Oh, he apparently is up to mechanized infantry too, so there's that. So Seattle was the city that was captured. I'll just refresh the map. Yeah, I predicted a late victory too. Thought that the warring would go on for longer. Alright, also, by the way, look at this bizarre Aztec territory down here on the minimap. It's pretty crazy. So, Justinian's at 58%. Let's see how far he can get before he triggers domination. He will trigger it before this war is over. So, Roosevelt's going to survive by virtue of there being too much territory. Oh, he took Washington right now. His paratroopers actually took Washington. So, another turn. Still at 58. Oh, yeah. Although, maybe if he captures this from, like, I don't know, maybe. Maybe if he takes New York and Philadelphia last. I don't know. Let's just make clear how ridiculous the power graph difference is in this game. This is Justinian. This is Roosevelt. Just so we can make clear how sharp the disparity is in power. GNP, production, food. Somebody really ran away with this game. Justinian, yeah, his power is 13,395. And Roosevelt is 553. So you're at 13,000 against 550. Well, if FDR does not die, he still gets to go to the wildcard game. Those are the rules. We've had people survive with one city before in the wildcard game. So Chicago got taken. Alright, so what do we have? Environmentalism. Okay, I think he's going to... He only has 4 cities left. Although Justinian's at, what is it, 69%? Or 59%, excuse me. 59%. If Atlanta and Boston are the first cities taken... Oh no, Philadelphia's going to be taken, and that might be it. We'll see how much land he gets when he takes Philadelphia, because that's definitely going to fall this turn. We'll see. He didn't get that much territory. Alright, so everyone voted for environmentalism. So still at 59%. If New York is if New York is the last city to fall, which should not be the case, but it might be based on where these units are rolling around. Maybe. I mean, it's certainly dramatic as to whether this is going to survive here or not. Live the Canadian dream and kill America. So, oh, by the way, so the Observer Civ is also forced to adopt environmentalism as a result of that. This is close. Certainly interesting. Like I said, I think New York is... Alright, so New York is the only city still standing. Is that enough? No! That wasn't enough for domination, which means he's at 61%! Oh my goodness. 61%. Jeez. Oops. No, I'm trying to print screen this. And Roosevelt's like, no, back to Christianity. 1 city left. 61%. But it does depend on how fast he can kill this, because the borders will start to expand. Like when Philadelphia pops its borders. We'll see. I don't know. Let's see if he can survive. I'm rooting for the kill as well, of course. Oh my god, so many tanks! Oh, he does not win on this turn. Still 61. That is a ridiculous number of units. I don't know if I've ever seen that many that many units in a Civ game before. All right, so he should get it this turn. I think that's going to do it. FTR, I took a calculated math, but I am bad at math. I think he's got this. Yes! Takes New York. Triggers domination on the same turn. Yes! He takes it and captures the city on the exact same turn. Wow. Oh, what an ending to this game. Wow. Okay. Domination victory. Turn 292. Monty actually survives. So Justinian in first, Louis in second. Monty goes to the wildcard game. This right here is domination. Wow, what an awesome game. And we get to see Monty again in the wildcard. Yes. Oh, that was an epic ending to this game. How the F did Monty make it? Yeah, and he actually caught up in tech with Louis. Well, he was still behind. Well, let's hold on. Let me write this in first, and then we'll update everything. So Justinian, another kill. That's 3 in one game. I have to point out that just 3 in one game is more than most AIs have had in 3 years of this competition. So Justinian the kill, Roosevelt turn 292. And let's be honest, did we really want to see Roosevelt in another game? I don't think so. He's pretty boring in this game. He mostly just sat around getting beaten up by other AIs. So Justinian first, Louis second, Montezuma to the wildcard game. I can't wait to see Justinian in the next game when we get to see him again in the playoffs. I'm not as excited about seeing Louis in the playoffs. He's not as interesting of an AI, but Justinian